We depart the before times. We're in the now times.
Cool.
Text box.
Yo, this is some great sulfur chords.
Yeah, no, I got it. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Fail Portrayal, the show where we yell about Yu-Gi-Oh! Archetypes. Guess what? We get to talk about an archetype that once upon a time was bad. Arguably
probably...
still not a topper, but Amazon S has gone into the zone of being Earth Lunalite these days, which is like that's an okay. That's probably a rogue tier. Like some people just can't handle blind second Ungus Bungus.
That's a place where a lot of decks just live in, like that weird, like, I guess the best way to call it is like tier 3, where they're like there's tier 1, just like all the ridiculous meta shit. Tier 2, that's like everything that's mid range, like labyrinth, everything similar in that range, where like it can most definitely get some games off really good decks, just depends on the matchup. And tier 3 is like everything else that Konami prints out at this point, where it's like, I mean, like, they're not bad cards.
This deck is functional. This deck is perfectly fine to play at your locals. You're probably not making day 2 at a regional, but you might, because some people will not remember how to play against this deck. Like, there's a lot of headspace that lives on in Yu-Gi-Oh! In this. And there are quite a few decks like that. Funnily enough, I think Flame Swordsman is already, after one wave of support, in that zone. I think... it was, I don't remember who it tweeted it out. It was one of the guys I don't follow, but I saw it on like Twitter, for me. It was either Golden Nova or Peeps was like, hey, I went like...
It was like,
I went 3-0 at locals.
Tweets.
Yeah. I went like 3-0 at locals and got like a box or something with Flame Swords, and I'm like, that seems like a good place for Flame Swordsman to be in, right?
And not only that, he was like this is one of the funnest decks I've played in like a few years. This, like, I'm having an incredible time just playing these cards. Like, I think he said he won a round by swinging for OG Flame Swordsman, which is
I think
awesome.
you kind of took it from your words. I would just say, like, this is it. I guess I compare tier 3 as like the local viable, the local legend tier.
Which is gonna be at this point 90% of what Konami prints.
Yeah.
Stuff
and
you'll
like,
have a good time with when you play,
it's a fine time. Nice. And I there's merits there, like we said, and you never know when those things could break out. That said, right now, I think honestly, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Meta is in honestly a great place, just because it seems really unhinged right now. Like, Fire King Snake Eyes is probably hands down the best deck right now, but there's a lot of other stuff out there. I retweeted, a result from I think it was this weekend, where Crystal Beast Centurion took a 4th place at a regional, and I'm like, that fucking slaps. That's great.
While we're talking about decks that took that took a tournament, hey, do we want to talk about the funny OCG hand deck?
Yes, there was a very, very funny OCG top. Now, I do believe I've heard it reported that the reason why it topped was this tournament size was very small.
Yeah, which is again, like, in the OCG sphere of like tournaments are still considered like local events, basically, which is like gonna be like 16 people, something like that.
But
it's the same way, like, a few years back, Celtic Guard Control won a tournament where it was just like every Celtic Guard card, Redox, Maxi, just like every random Earth card that is good.
Wacky, wild shit. But no, somebody was unironically playing hands, just hands turbo, and made a top
you
slot.
may think this means, oh, they're playing like Fire Hand, Ice Hand, Thunder Hand, the bad hands. No. Do we want to just throw the deck list up on screen for people to
I can just grab the image.
I would say that when I saw it, I was just like, I feel like I've seen Vesper make something like this, and it kicked all of our asses.
I could see that. It's just, and it's one of those things where it's like, what the fuck do you know what to do with? So I'll just grab the whole image and I'll move it around.
It has a rule, it has card draw, it has denial. It's like,
I threw it up in
not terrible.
Somebody's echoing a little bit. Yeah, I'll shrink this down by about 50 so you can see it all. But
normal. So like,
yeah. So as you might be noticing, by
Cut it.
the momentary jump scare.
Yeah.
Every card in the deck list is a hand, and that's it. That's
the joke. That's the punchline.
Yeah,
Keep in
it
mind
works
this
sometimes.
topped in the same deck with you can see somebody's playing Illusion over there.
Yeah, illusion with chain.
Yeah,
I'm getting the impression that
and then the other
OCG
decks are
tournaments are just
box.
not, they're very casual.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
they're
but look,
smaller,
OCG tournaments, 90% of them are going to be the equivalent of a TCG locals, like because I mean just by comparison of the size of the average game store in Japan is what like a coffee shop would be over here. We're like,
Yeah.
so it's just the nature of like they can only fit like 20 people in the shop.
Yeah. You know, you don't have the massive back room where you could run like 64 people all the time. But yeah, no, this is just funny, and it works. And I mean, you know, I guess your win con is you're just playing giant hand control, but like, nah, this works.
It's not, as you'll notice, we're playing 5 level 4s.
I mean, you have enough to get in there. Oh, there's no other level
Yeah.
4s. Yeah, so it's not. That's just the funny. I guess it's
Giant
just
hand,
United
yeah.
We Stand. You know, turbo.
Yeah.
The one thing that gets me is just the one arm of Exodia.
We're not playing the other
Well,
one.
yeah,
we're
'cause
just
you can only
playing
play
of the
one.
hand.
He's limit 1.
We're just no,
I mean,
but like
I know you couldn't
we're
do
not
the
playing
left
the
hand.
other. We're not playing the other arm of Exodia though. We're just playing one of them.
I assume it's right hands only, and except in the case where there's 2 hands. But yeah, we should not dawdle over long, because right now there is the Moogle Tombstone event going on in FF14, which
And
includes,
there-
among many other things, you can get tombstones, irregular tombstones for ocean fishing, which we have
Oh,
we just
boy.
did before this scheduled up. It's not super hard to do. I literally never ocean fished in my life, and I managed to get well over the point minimum you need for the 5 tombstones.
We're gonna level up to like level 80 Fisher, I think.
Yeah, but and there are quite a bit of Amazonas cards.
Yes.
And
So it's
as-
entirely possible that in about an hour you may see this pop up, chat, and we may just be gone fishing
yeah,
for
so
like a
to-
15-minute break.
To give the briefest of primers, while
Yeah,
Omega pulls
while I
up the
pull
card,
up the card. Yeah.
Amazonas is probably one of the first archetypes in Yu-Gi-Oh! I would say.
Yes.
But by no
definitely.
means was it an actual archetype circa 2003, 2005, when like the first cards were getting reprinted. It would just happen to be a bunch of cards that were Earth Warriors that shared the name Amazonas in their name.
Yes.
They didn't really do anything besides that.
It was
Honestly,
arguably
I
like
have
even
a-
less of an archetype than Harpy Ladies, because like the name Harpy Lady or Harpy Lady Sisters was actually important. Amazon
and,
cards don't reference each other until like 2010.
Funnily enough, both archetypes were played by Mai.
Yeah.
I apparently didn't realize that.
No, she played him for a little bit in Battle City. Go ahead, X.
I wanted to say, like, this journey is gonna start with basically a bunch of little and buff teenagers and women to the end of
No, they're
giant fusion Earth Lunalites.
No, Axe. This is a DM era archetype. It's gonna be all buff women for like 6 cards.
And
like-
we're starting right off with the war
And
criminal
Bethel and
of the archetype. We're
Yeah, I'm
starting off
typing
with the
jump
war
scare into the
criminal.
chat. So yeah, alphabetically, this is the first card is Amazoness Archer. This is an errata. Some of you may have this card when she read Amazon Archer, because they didn't realize they wanted to like actually get in there. And technically, the name, you know, I think in Japanese the names are given as like Amazonessu, like it's still pluralized. Let me actually double check like the trivia.
Yeah, I can pull up Wikipedia as well.
Yeah, no, it's. I think it was actually like incorrectly named for a little bit, but yeah, this is Amazoness Archer, and this is just 2003 Yu-Gi-Oh! Everybody.
This is a lady with bangs, and she has a bow.
Yeah, and she's got a precursor to a Yu-Gi-Oh! Aesthetic you're gonna see a lot of later. Not just with Amazon. This is also entirely like what literally War Rock is about. But you're just gonna see ambiguously brown buff people dressed in such a way as to appear like, you know, barbarian archers, but not in any particular way so that we offend anybody. Just, you know, we're out here having fun
And
Yeah,
it's
with
look,
our fur trimmed
the-
jacket and skirt.
The the concept design is very much a hodgepodge of concepts. Doesn't look bad. It looks fine.
Yeah, this is definitely still in the especially if some of these cards showed up in Battle City. You know, this is peak Kaz brain, and we all know that while Kazuki Takahashi could do some real striking visual arts, we love a lot of the classics from him and the early, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh card game artists. Wasn't a lot of unified design themes. That's not what we were thinking about. We were just drawing cool stuff.
Especially like anything pre-GX, like DM is full Kazuki Takahashi brain space, and
we're just drawing whatever works.
He just like drawing cool things, and nothing wrong with that. Look,
No.
I'm not knocking him. He likes to draw cool shit.
And we call Vesper called this one the War Criminal because this is a card that is banned in the OCG, currently unlimited in the TCG, so you can play. Actually, I don't know if she's printed in Master Duel, so I don't know if you can play 3 of her in the current.
So what she does? She has a very simple text, very simple effect.
Yeah, one of those.
You contribute 2 monsters, inflict 1200 damage to your opponent.
Yeah, she's
that sounds
a cannon
fine,
soldier.
right? Like this is 2003. What could this card do? This was part of Darkworm FTK and many other FTKs that just involved infinite assholes, where Archer tributes them to kill you.
Yeah. So she's not. I don't think she's as easy to set up as Cannon Soldier FTKs, because that's tribute 1 for damage, so you only need to loop 1 guy. With Amazon S Archer, you need to loop 2 guys. But she does 1200 damage, so you need to do less loops.
Yeah.
So this card is one of several FTK cards that is outright banned in the OCG. It's unlimited in the TCG because I assume we have hit other weird infinite guy loops.
Yeah, generally speaking, like the TCG, apart from Hulk when he was the biggest man.
Yeah.
The TCG is usually pretty good about they find the problem and hit it, and Amazon's Archer doesn't really cause problems by herself. It is when she is slotted into decks that just produce an infinite number of bunguses.
And this is a funny thing. This is my last aside before we get into it. So there was a very weird thread I also saw about Magic where somebody quoted the I should comment. This came up a lot that it's outdated technically. But a comment about how Yu-Gi-Oh's way of resolving infinite loops would be that when you know an infinite mandatory loop will occur, you call over a judge and they destroy the offending card. They send it to the graveyard. Fuck you. Get rid of pole position.
Yeah.
Technically, there's a little more nuance in the current tournament policy, but apparently this blew Magic players' minds because they're like, but you can't infinite loop? And many Yu-Gi-Oh players were like, no, you cannot infinite loop. Specifically, you cannot mandatory infinite loop. If your loop is infinite because of mandatory effects you cannot turn off, and thus the game state is stuck forever where nobody gets a chance to respond, yes, then that's a case of...
Actually, I know a little fun thing about this.
Get out of here.
Oh.
Yeah, we got...
It turns out, actually, you cannot say... When you do a loop, you actually have to say the exact amount of times you actually do it.
Well, that's...
in Magic.
That's also in Yu-Gi-Oh, but that's what things like telephone effect, summon telephone brigade, telephone.
Do this 50,000
yes,
times.
if you're doing an active loop, you just say how many times. You demonstrate the loop once, and then you say, I can do this, 80 times, you're dead.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this 69 times to gain 5 billion life points.
But apparently, and I don't know how much of it was just a question of the understanding or what, but I think it was just a breakdown of definition. But I was like, man, Magic guys feel like they're obsessed. They're having an existential crisis with the idea you can't loop infinitely. And I'm just
that is something Magic players love to do.
No, that's the thing where as a hardcore Yu-Gi-Oh player, I'm like, that's the shit that's what I'm sending you to the Shadow Realm if you're gonna trap me here forever. I don't want to be trapped in Yu-Gi-Oh. I want to leave at some point. Anyway, Amazon S Archer, there's nothing to say about her. I think she's cute enough. She's kind of generic anime lady. She's got angry eyebrows.
She's especially when you think about this. This is 2002, 02, 03. This is solid Kazuki art.
Yeah, this is early 2003. This was released in America in Labyrinth of Nightmare, which had several burn cards. I
picking
think.
this card up as a kid.
Oh, Sorry, I'm like, Blowpiper was a character? Yeah, she appeared briefly in GX.
Yeah, no. GX had a lot of, like, for some reason GX made a lot of like monster cards. They were just real people sometimes. Why?
There was some interdimensional bullshit.
Gonzaloo.
Oh, we all love Dawn Salute. Anyway, here she is. This is Amazoness Blowpiper. The way these are named in the OCG is a little interesting. The TCG cleans them up a little. A lot of them are usually like ex-soldier or ex-warrior, whereas, you know, the OCG clarifies like just Blowpiper. She's Blowgun Soldier in the OCG. This was Magician's Force, so this is like the set after or two sets after, you know, Archer. So we're all still in 03, but we can already start to see this is much more the design trend direction Amazons are going to go. That said, this is still very old school Yu-Gi-Oh! This chick is covered in skulls.
Yeah, no, the large majority of Amazoness cards we will see are big buff ladies with anime colored hair.
Yes.
And they will either have
Large
a big ass weapon, or they're just gonna punch you. They're gonna be one of the two.
So like there's some very much weirdness, and I do wonder if this was, let me actually check appearances. I know she was in GX obviously, but this card was printed before that. Was this like shown in? No, only in GX. Okay, so I'm like, this is
only shows.
So
GX.
this is just like this weird color gradient effect is all in the artist who put this to tiny card form. Because like this card looks weird. It looks like they wanted her to be a foil, but I'm pretty sure she was a common. Like, she's got this weird glowing background, and like there's this weird pattern shading on her skirt and top that I don't understand. Because it looks like it's cloth, but it's like really low thread count, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of odd.
Her you know, sandal straps are bright purple in this lighting. I'm pretty sure the artist is trying to communicate to me that she is like standing in front of a fire, which is why the lighting is weird. But it's odd. Other than that, this art is fine. No, this is a great example, much more so than Archer even, of what the Amazoness is gonna look like. Like it's you know, she's got like facial markings. You know, she's got all these bones. She's definitely way buffer than Archer was.
Funnily enough, she has way less attack than Archer.
Yeah.
Archer, we did not mention her stats.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about it at all because it doesn't fucking matter. Yeah, she's a level 4.
1400 attack, 1000 defense.
Yeah, with her effect, she's an Earth. I believe all the Amazonesses are Earth warriors.
They're all Earth warrior except for the Tiger.
Yes, the Tiger is a beast. Also, hey, fun fact: this archetype, we're gonna talk about it a lot later. Censored a lot. This is though it was mostly their later cards. As you can see from the fact that Blowpiper just full ass cleavage. She's stacked and not afraid to show it. And Johnny Konami has not cared, probably because this was a fucking common in Magician's Force, and she has not been reprinted since the year 2010.
Yeah, like taking a quick glance at releases, she came out in Magician's Force, and then 2 reprint sets.
Yeah, so
and
like I think that nobody has bothered to care. But Blowpiper is another Earth Warrior. She's a level 3. Amazons are all over on the Porniv levels.
Yeah, they mainly range from 2 to 4, but their
extra deck access turns into fusion relatively quickly. Yeah. And I think that's a good place to put them because that, you know, other than rituals, that would be the spot where Mai would have been. That was our only summoning type in, you know, DM era, and fusion was also really big in GX, so makes sense. I think that fits the theme to make them a fusion archetype.
Oddly enough, I don't think the fusions actually came up until Arc 5, where they were fusion dimension characters.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure their first fusion monster predates the Arc 5 era, but it's just one of those things where like somebody decided to think in like 5D is like, hey, shouldn't these Amazons like have an extra deck type? I guess we'll make them fusion.
Yeah.
But Blowpiper is level 3, like I said, 800 attack, 1500 defense. Select one face-up monster your opponent controls during each of your standby phases. It loses 500 attack until the end of this turn. Cool, great.
Yeah, it's It's an effect.
Yeah.
Yep. It does something.
Yeah. Also, looking at the release dates of all the fusion monsters that are in the card game proper, they were not until Arc 5, but they could have had a fusion monster in like the manga or something. It just never happened. Who knows?
All right. Okay. So.
I just like what they did there. I just like the hair color choices, honestly.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
like,
it's interesting. It's just got some weird. Actually, no,
they're
there's
nice.
a couple of odd highlights. Because let's pull up our next one. And this one card. This is all the old support from like 003, but I am like just running through them in alphabetical order. Our next one is Chain Master, and this was actually a card that probably would have been a little hard to get back in the day. But here she is, and this is. If this was not something Kaz drew himself, this was somebody was taking a line from his playbook. These are some Kaz-ass bangs.
Yeah, I was gonna say, she has the most Yu-Gi-Oh bangs of a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
I think it looks almost like exactly like Mai's hair, actually.
Well, yeah, what the fuck?
It's a little bit like Mice in the front, but also she's got like a side ponytail and shit. It's pretty interesting.
Oh yeah, holy! I'm looking at the set she was released in.
Yeah,
she
no.
was a Shonen Jump promo and a Lost Millennium sneak peek participation card.
Yeah, so she was in a sneak peek for Lost Millennium, which was the first GX set, and she was a Shonen Jump promo, and then didn't see reprints until like Dark Legends
2008.
Dual Terminal. Europe did the retro pack, which is where they put a lot of cards that were promos in America
But
only.
she was a secret rare, but I don't know if that was just an all foil pack or not.
No, I think that was a spread
No,
of
it
rarities.
wasn't.
No,
It was not. I pulled it up.
Yeah, no. So, Chain Master would be a card you probably haven't seen much of, which is funny because she's a pretty decent part of their actual stratagem.
Yeah, of
art-wise-
the original Amazoness, she was probably one of the better ones.
Yeah. Art-wise, I think she's pretty good. We're still seeing the weird lighting and highlights. Like, she's got silver hair, but also got, like, some, like, almost bronze highlights in it. And I think that's just how her hair's supposed to be, because she's just in the... She's in the void of Yu-Gi-Oh cards right now. She's in the...
She's in the Tekken void.
Yeah.
She's pulling off her Rage Art right now.
Yeah. Good design on the chains, and you can see a little bit of, like, her other character moments. Like, you know, you can see, like, she's got a little armband with a fang, and she's got kind of like a tiger stripe pattern. But you can't see too much of her because there's a lot of chain in the way. But she's the Chain Master, so that's fine. And that is a fairly literal translation of her name.
Yeah,
Anything to say about Chain Master before I read out her effect?
She has, like, 3 ponytails now I'm looking at her again.
It just, yeah, kinda. It just makes me think of like, it's Mai with darker skin, and it's like literally the chain from Kunai and Ship.
Well, no, because the kunai with chain has like an axe on it. That said, this card actually was in the anime. Like, this was a card Mai used as part of her Amazon S deck, which is probably why it was a promo. Chain Master is another level 4 Earth Warrior. She's got 1,500 attack, 1,300 defense. But she has the effect, when this card is destroyed or battle and sent to the graveyard, you can pay 1,500 LP, look at your opponent's hand, add a monster from their hand to your hand. Which I'm pretty sure this is how Mai stole Ra.
I'm pretty positive, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, this is cute. I appreciate at least that at this point in the Amazon S game design, like, we have no real coherent theme yet, other than just, these girls are annoying. They do very annoying things to you.
Especially in the time frame of Yu-Gi-Oh! This is like peak GOAT format going into like Cyber Dragon and shit.
Yeah.
Chain Master was like I don't think she was really played.
No, but she's certainly usable.
That effect, circa like late GOAT era of like late DM, early GX Yu-Gi-Oh! Was still very usable because there were not many fully realized like archetypes yet. It was just good cards.
And I will say, I will say, like, considering the Amazon S and this, yes, this is a recurring theme. The Amazon S are going to be built to fucking die, basically. They are a swarm archetype that is about the rank and file warriors are going to get the shit beat out of them, but there's going to always be more Amazons. But like, a lot of them are pinioned around the 1,500 stat line, so I at least appreciate that, like, Chain Master's effect to, like, have her be destroyed by battle and then pay a lot of life points to get hand information and take a card, right? Because I assume you have to look at your opponent's hand to take a monster to know there's a monster to take.
You look at your opponent's hand at like hand knowledge is pretty solid.
For 1500 LP on a monster that will be destroyed, that's decent for 05. Like, that's a perfectly functional card. Obviously, like, way too fucking slow and costly nowadays, but there are probably ways around it. I'm sure you could find a funny way to play her, but there's a lot less good to play. Speaking of that,
Okay,
this
this
lady,
card looks way less screwy when it's
This is
just on
Amazon
card
Fighter.
art. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, I think it was designed for card art.
This
not just
artwork,
resolution.
you blow it up and it's
yeah. This is Amazon
Yeah.
S Fighter. I think the main thing is just the proportions are off. Her arms
Yeah.
are super long, in addition to being super buff. Other than that, yeah, no, I mean, this reads as an Amazon S card. It's a tan buff woman. Apparently shops at the same shop the Harpy ladies go to, and she's got huge hair, which is also two-tone because she's got fucking golden highlights in it.
Her head looks so much smaller than her arms.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, her head
Yeah.
do be that small. I will show you the comparison of like a scan of the card. Like,
her shoulders are the size of her head.
yeah, that's just and that just be how it be. Yes, this is the Master Duel version that's blown up, but like, nah, that is also just how she looks. You are clearly not supposed to study her too closely, or else. Amazon S Fighter, who is just Amazon S Fighting Warrior in the OCG. She's another Earth Warrior 4 with, like I said, 1500 attack. That's kind of where their stats are pegged for their first block.
Same stats as Chain Master.
1500 as well. And her effect is just you take no battle damage from attacks involving this card. Which, again, is okay. I think, with some of their early strategy works. It's also not super impressive. But
Yeah,
they're
like
trying.
The best way I can see is the idea is like she's your Fisher. She's like you're gonna plop her down and just look. What's that face stat? What's that set monster? What is that? Is that an Aquamador or something? Let me see it. I'm not gonna
Is
get
it a
punished for
man-eater bug?
hacking into a big
Yeah, no.
ass.
And if it is a man-eater bug, you're not wasting a lot of resources because you're playing, a normal, like a normal-ass gal to do it.
Yeah.
And there's a few other things. There is technically a continuous spell that I don't think I've gotten my list to pull up because the card art is just fighter looking super swaggy. But they have their own version of Skyscraper, basically, a continuous spell where if your Amazon attacks a monster with more attack, she gains 1,000 attack, kind of a thing.
Hold on, I've got a dumb thing to share, and once again, I hope Twitter has not lied to me, and this is another post that you've seen already, Omega.
Well, I haven't checked Twitter in
More
a
than
while, so
likely
maybe not.
you have.
We'll see. I'll check Fail Portrayal. Oh, no, I have not seen this one. That is funny. I like that. Anyway, this is our next one, Amazon S Paladin. In the OCG, she's Amazon S Sei Senshi, Holy Warrior.
This is Ishizu with Mai's hair.
Yeah, basically, it's kind of got. Actually, what did she?
And like Yugi's highlights.
Eyes as well. No, I don't think she doesn't actually have highlights. She just has a red aura.
Yeah.
Like those are feathers coming out of her hood.
Oh
But
my
yeah,
god,
no.
her face. Oh.
This is definitely like facial structure, like a Shizu. Definitely, literally Mai's hair because it's long blonde and has the bangs. And she's just chilling with a sword.
And Paladin is our big bungus for the early stage of Amazonas.
Yes, Paladin was definitely supposed to be their original boss monster, basically.
Yeah, in quotations, but
And again, this is a card that didn't actually show up in the DM era itself, though it was printed at the same time as all the rest of these in Magician's Force. This showed up in GX though, and is arguably like one of Tanya's 2 signature cards. But Paladin is actually like, again, despite her more modest vibes with like the hood up and long hood, she is like one of their strong signature cards. She already has a better stat line than most by default. She's a level 4 Earth Warrior with 1700 attack and only 300 defense. But you're already starting with more attack than usual, and she's actually 1800 because she says that she gains 100 attack for each Amazon S you control. It doesn't say each other.
By default, she's 1800. If there's anything else out there, she's a Vorse Raider.
Yeah, no. Which is again, for the era, this is Magician's Force, right? This card
Yeah.
was printed in '03. This is a decent strategy. Like, this is, you already have an 1800 beater, and if you can set up to play one of your other Amazons, she's, 1900. Arguably now, I mean, I don't think you would, like, just because Yugist thought has changed, you would not be doing, like, battle tricks 100 attack at a time kind of shit, but, and they have other attack modulation anyway, but, like, nowadays, this deck is all about swarming. You should probably be able to stick a Paladin and 4 more Amazons on the board pretty easy.
Even 5 more with the extra monster zone and
That's
fusions.
true. You have the EMZ, and they do also have, as well, they have Pendulum monsters added. So, do
like it's
Amazon
it's
as
still not
Pendulum
gonna be
cards
anything
count
crazy.
as monsters in the Pen zones? I don't think they do, right?
No, they don't.
Okay, yeah. That would be the funny errata to make this card better. Make it Amazon-esque card you control. That'd probably be too broken though, because they have like equips and continuous cards.
Yeah, like and if you end up with a full zone of Amazonas monsters and you've got Paladin out, like she's only 2300, but that's
But
not,
for a level 4, and again,
Yeah.
they do have Pendulum cards, so that's a good scale number. Like, it's decent. I don't think it's worth playing over some of their cards that actually do stuff, but it's funny that they've actually got some of this action.
if you've got the one empty slot and you want to be funny, go ahead.
Yeah, no. Actually, let me double check. Wow, this art is. I didn't realize how. Okay, but this is our first case. If the wiki will fucking load, this is gonna be our first case of a card that's actually censored.
Oh.
Oh, actually no. That's later. That's in a different block. I've listed Queen out of order. Okay.
Yeah, Queen's way later.
Queen's
right?
2010.
Or
Okay, yeah.
fairly later.
Yeah, she's 2010. Okay, I don't know why I put her in the block with the originals. I'll put her with the next set. But yeah, like that does reinforce the point I was making earlier, that it's not until like the 5Ds era where we're like, oh shit, we need to do something about this. Because our next card we're going to talk about, another classic from back in the day, a card that did actually see some play, Amazon as Swordswoman.
Yeah.
And
Actually,
this is
decent.
just full Kaz vibes. Look at this weird hat thing and hair.
She also just, like, for whatever reason has way less line detailing. I forget the exact word.
Yeah,
I
her
just
shading's a little
noticed and
looser.
looked at her fucking hips. Holy shit.
No, she's hitting a fucking Marvel superhero pose right now.
So,
Like her
this-
face and body is rotated around one way.
So this makes of like 3 different touchstones if you're willing to hear me out.
I mean, sure, just go for it.
One is Kaz did basically art for a Conan novel. 2, it is some kind of chaos cultist in like Warhammer Fantasy. Or 3,
I mean, the Chaos Cultist part is...
I've lost it. But
Okay, well, if you get it back. The
But
Chaos
there's the
Cultist
spread
part is
there.
funny because what I was gonna say earlier is this is the Amazon who is also Blackluster Soldier's wife, like who his Chaos Soldier originally, because like this is just what she's repping, right? She's got the weird spiky bits and the red blade crests and the big curved sword, so like. And this was one of the cards Mai used, so, it's very likely that Kaz drew this, like, in the background of a manga panel or something, or contributed an art for the anime. She's, once again, in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Monster card Void Zone. She's just in the green goo somewhere.
I think just about every Amazonas card until, like, the most recent ones
Yeah.
are in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Void Zone.
Which, I appreciate. It's a classic look, but yeah, other than the fact that her proportions are really scuffed, again, like, just the posing is, like, her hips and legs are facing forward, her body is bent at an angle so you can see, both arms, both tits, and her face dead on. Like, I don't even think this is spinal damage, it's just, like, this is some crazy shit with her abdominal muscles,
Yeah, this is just a really awkward freeze frame.
Yeah. But again, Swordswoman is actually like another one of their cards that was pretty good and fairly iconic. You would see her played in Earth Warrior decks. Because she's an Earth Warrior, level 4 with 1500 attack, but 1600 defense. Actually has more defense than her attack. But yeah,
Ironically,
she
you probably
says...
want to put her in attack,
Yeah, you
though.
put her in attack, though, because she says your opponent takes any battle damage you would take from battles involving this card. So yeah,
So
this is one of your primary strats. You can
He is almost a whole hog upgrade of fighter, where now you can run into your opponent's defense monsters without without any care. Like, hey, if I hit Akumador, you're taking the 500, bucko.
Yeah, no. There's no reason not to attack with this card. If your opponent does some, like, attack modulation shit and make her smaller, you're like, fine, I love it. Oh, no, go ahead. Summon a larger monster and kill my swordswoman, right? Like, do it. You won't. And it's so...
It's the equivalent of a Trickstar hand looping Infernity. Like, oh no, I have no hand, whatever will I do?
Yeah, no. So, like, this absolutely is just straight up a as you said, a better card than Fighter, and, like, actually is doing stuff for this deck, like, and fits their theme, you know? All these guys are, like, searchable via Rhoda. You know, they're all warriors with 4 or lower. You can spam them out. You can do stuff like, what's the...
And Rhoda was the big reason that she was, like, slotted as just, like, a one-of in a bunch of decks that could have the space. Because at this
also,
point,
all the Amazonesses are Marauding Captain targets.
Yeah, like, at this point, I'm pretty positive Rhoda was still at 3. It was either at 2 or 3 at some point during this time frame.
No.
So, like, you just play 2-3 Rhoda.
Yeah,
and
you would absolutely
like, Marauding Captain, Swordswoman, any other good
I'm pretty sure to
asshole.
go back to the well in Prague. I'm pretty sure I tried to build an Earth Warrior tech deck, and even I definitely played Amazoness after the much later support, but I think I played some Earth Warrior tech decks back in the day, or I built them anyway. And no, you definitely would put a couple Swordswomen in there because why not? It's a way to close the game when you're behind.
Exile Force, that's the other one I was trying to think of. I couldn't remember the other one off the top of my head. So yeah,
card,
like...
that one.
There was a lot in Earth Warrior tech, and still is, honestly. But our last card out of the initial wave, another one coming at you from Magician's Force, it's Amazoness Tiger.
The only non-warrior.
Yeah.
Or, well, there'll be one more, but the non-warrior of the archetype.
Well, technically there'll be a third one, but he's a fusion monster.
Yeah.
They made a
Oh,
fusion
yeah, this
tiger.
guy.
But yeah, Amazoness Tiger. Technically Amazoness Pet Tiger in the OCG. I don't know why they dropped the pet. I guess Tiger is shorter. This is still like the upper deck zone, so I don't fucking know with names.
Yeah, like in the upper deck zone of translations, there's no comprehension. They change it as they please.
And while
like
she
a
came,
white
well, actually I should say he. But this guy came out in the same set as Paladin, I'm pretty sure. Because it was also Magician's Force. You can argue that Tiger is a straight upgrade to her. So this is a level 4 beast. Has 1100 attack, 1500 defense. You can only control one Amazoness Tiger. This actually matters for later because they do retrains.
Yeah.
But Tiger gains 400 attack for each Amazoness monster you control. So he is at minimum hitting the 1500 stat line they're known for. And if you stick him when you have another Amazoness, which you probably want to because of his second effect, he's, 1900.
And at that point, if you have Tiger and Paladin, they are both 1900, so
and
it's
his,
not until
his
you
second
get
effect
past,
is your opponent can't target my Amazoness monsters cannot attack as Amazoness monsters except this one. So yeah, no. Tiger gets big and he redirects attacks to himself. Arguably doing especially considering, this being Pet Tiger as opposed to like Pet Dragon, like this is very clearly doing what Pet Dragon probably should have done, but much better.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and that's it for our initial wave of support. There are a couple of spell traps that we don't need to talk about that were also out there. There's a few weird ones. And I do have some of their arts later. Like, I think Dramatic Rescue was somewhere in this time period, which is just such a weird fucking card. But Amazon's just kind of, like I said, they just chill. They ride on their coattails as an anime deck for about 5 years max.
I have never seen Dramatic Rescue's OCG art before. What the fuck?
Yeah, I know. I think the TCG art is actually better. The OCG art is just confusing. Why does this woman have her arm in the left arm offering machine?
Yeah, okay. So do we want to just pull out?
I can just pull it up. Yeah,
Rescue?
since we brought it up, let me just grab it. Let me grab the arts.
Because the TCG art of Dramatic Rescue, like you look at this, you're like, yeah, this is what the card art was. This This looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
So here, chat first. Let me actually, yeah, I'll do the original, or not the original, the follow up. It will be small, but I'll make it bigger. Don't worry. So this is the original art, or the art you probably remember, the TCG art. It's a woman being held by some off-brand, dark chick guys.
Yeah, some off-brand mooks. She's tied up, and we're coming to save her without them realizing.
This is the OCG version. 1, she has much bigger titties, but also 2, her arm is in the guillotine. It's literally the left arm offering device. Why? What's going on here?
Also,
Unless you
like,
can survive that.
One, she can survive that. 2, her hand doesn't even look that barred into
I mean,
the machine.
perspective is fucked. I assume it's closed around so that her wrist can't get past that. But I feel like you could probably do something about that. But yeah, no. Dramatic Rescue is just a really weird card art, and I don't know why it's like that. Like,
the other thing that's just very funny for no reason is that they just cropped the hand back a little more in the TCG version.
yeah, they gave us some space. Dramatic Rescue is a normal trap, which was also printed in Magician's Force, so it's one of their OG supports. It says, when a card is activated that targets an Amazonas on the field, return the targeted monster to the hand and special summon one other monster from your hand. So basically, it's a trap that lets you dodge targeting, which is funny.
It does allow you to summon any monster from your hand, which is by no means that's an amazing effect for circa 2005, 2006 Yu-Gi-Oh.
No,
that's ridiculous.
I mean, technically, no. This is Magician's Force. This is 03.
Oh yeah, that's even crazy.
Very good to special
that's
summon
absurd.
any monster from your hand, and usually dodge a targeted effect. The main problem is you have to be playing Amazon S monsters on the field.
Yeah, that's like the caveat that playing Amazonas is what balances it. Funny enough.
Yeah.
What's that? You
so
try
it's
to
a weird
target
one.
one of my Amazonas? Blue eyes.
I mean, and
Basically.
arguably, I think your best move would be to play this with Swordswoman, because your opponent's going to want to try and use like targeted removal to get rid of her rather than, beat her up. And then you just be like, oh, you want to try that? Summon Skull, Blue Eyes White Dragon, whatever. Whatever, dark,
big asshole you're running in
Gaia.
the deck.
Play Gaia in this because
Trihorn
he's a
Dragon.
warrior. Yeah, Trihorn Dragon. Just fuck their shit up, fam. But Amazon are interesting in that they're one of those decks that, like I said, when they got their 5Ds era support, in the literally in 2010, most of these in Duelist Revolution, they got a field spell. So we will talk about that first, because field spells are usually important.
Yeah, field spells is Konami's way of back support archetypes going like, hey,
and kind of unifying their types. And guess what? This absolutely does unify their theme. Anyway, this is the Amazonas Village. It's the Amazonas Village.
they've got some chickens.
It's a village. It kind of looks like it's in the actual, well, the hut looks like something I'd expect from the Amazon jungle. I don't know about the trees are kind of close together, almost like bamboo groves, so it's still, vaguely nondescript. There's some Amazonesses just chilling. They're wearing, bone circlets and their usual skirts and stuff. They're just vibing. They have spears. Looks like they have stone spears, which is funny considering several of them will be seen with giant fucking swords. But yeah,
like as we just saw with Swordswoman and Shan Master, they do know what metal is.
Yeah. So it's like a little weird. I appreciate the chickens. They're very funny. Oh, I should mention earlier. Amazonas has never been meta in any way in the TCG, but they were good in Duel Links.
Duel Links and Speed Duels.
Yes, and in Speed Duels they are also printed because they are a My and a GX deck. So there are several different skills based around them.
Yeah.
Good luck.
You go, Law.
I just in my head, because I'm looking at this, I really just want an image edit where instead of chickens, it's just the Ojamas.
That would
I'm
probably
sure
be
that
pretty
exists. I'm sure that might already.
You could probably
exist.
set that up, yeah. So yeah, and like I said, yes, Village is a card that basically brings their deck together. First of all, it says all Amazonas monsters gain 200 attack, which is not a huge gain, but makes most of their stat line for the 5Ds era, which is when we really started to get into it's okay to summon smaller monsters because you need levels for synchro summoning, right? Making all your Amazon S's at least 1,700 pretty good. This makes, Paladin 2K right off the gate.
It makes Paladin a 2K beater, which it definitely feels like they looked at Paladin and said, okay, this can't give Amazon too much attack, or like some.
Well, and
designers
it's
like,
Amazon as monster, so it includes Tiger too as well, right? Who's so they knew that they couldn't make it too intense, but 200 attack is just enough to basically update them to what's current. And its other effect is, once per turn, when an Amazoness monster is destroyed by a battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one Amazoness monster from your deck with a level less than or equal to that monster in the graveyard.
Which is most.
It's good.
It's going to be most.
Yeah, most of them will be 4 or lower. Or if you summon a large monster. The main thing is you can't take a little one and go into Queen, who was printed around this time. But other than that, it's great. And this is a great way to fucking interrupt your opponent's place.
The major downside of the way this card is worded is that monster has to hit the graveyard and stay in the graveyard. I believe it has to be in the graveyard by resolution.
Yes, the monster in that graveyard. Yeah. So there's a few things that can get around it. It's also only a once per turn, so your opponent can just tempo you out. But it's a great way to just be your opponent's say your opponent, blows up your Amazoness Swordswoman with spot removal, right? They do a Raigeki break, and you're like, cool, village, I summon another one, fuck you. Or they run over, you summoned, hell, you set a Chain Master, right, to set up the play, and your opponent just runs into it, and you're like, cool, now I summon Swordswoman,
Or you could just drop Paladin, and okay, you've attacked with your big asshole, here's a 2K beater.
Yeah, now you can't get over her because all you have is your little guys for cleanup, right? It's a solid strategy, and you'll notice that this is very similar to the Harpy card that Harpy's got much later, Alluring Mirror Split. Obviously, they didn't do a field spell because they already had their own really iconic field spell. But, this is just Alluring Mirror Split, but for Amazonesses. And that's good. Mirror Split's really annoying. Village is really annoying. This just keeps them at a tempo with their Swarm deck.
Yeah, in very casual play, and even in games like Duel Links and Speed Duels, where the game has a very steady pace, Village is an insane card that just allows Amazoness to never lose that tempo.
Yeah.
In that pace of game.
All right, and now it's time for their big bungler, the first large mommy. Oh, there's a couple of different back rows that are really fucking busted.
Yeah, a Caesar. Amazoness was probably it was a borderline tier 0 deck in Duel Links for a very short time span.
So here she is, the Slay Queen herself, Amazoness Queen. This is the uncensored art. This is the time period when we decided we need to censor them, and it's a very dumb censor.
Did they censor her toes?
No.
What did they censor, Omega?
In
her
the
abs?
God, fucking sorry. I'm trying to. It's very annoying every time God, Wiki, stop doing that. I've got the Japanese art clicked. I can't fucking blow it up. It keeps giving me the TCG art when I click it. Let me open in a new tab. Yeah, it's just the main thing is, and again, it's real dumb considering the cards you've already seen. But you'll notice you can see cleavage in this. Yeah, she's wearing a shirt under her, chainmail bikini in the TCG version.
Which, I mean, honestly, probably good to keep it from chafing.
No, you wouldn't actually want to wear this fucking metal cup right on the nip, but it's part of the funny group. But yeah, no, this is Queen. She's got a chair. You can see some very cartoony Amazon ghosts with her. I'm just imagining the Amazonesses brought her out on the chair and they're just fucking simping for her.
The one thing that I have a problem with this art, her sword looks weirdly proportioned.
Yes, that's what I was thinking when I pulled this up the first time. Her sword is weird. It's got a very tiny handle and handguard, but is very big. Let's see. It goes to her shoulder height, or even to head height.
Yeah, it's probably the length of her leg or roundabout, and it's a large sword, but it manages to look very large and very small just because of the handle and just weird perspective.
But otherwise, no. Queen's got good vibes. We've coalesced the art style. She's wearing like loose leg guards and little wrist guards, but she has some extra detail. She's got a cape on. I believe you can see that she's wearing, the equivalent of spats or bike shorts made of bandages under her skirt. So you can assume that the other Amazons are also not going commando. She's got, their little tribal tattoo designs, and she's chilling. She's got an eye patch with a skull on it.
I like that a lot.
I mean, I've said this once, I'll say it again. I love asymmetric designs, and I do love that, she's got, little tattoo sleeves just running down one arm.
Yeah, it's on her side.
It's a nice little touch.
And her hair, even, she's got her, little forelocks on the other side with her eye patch, So she's got some interesting offset.
I should have mentioned this earlier, but I really like I've always really liked, I guess, the tattoos they've got, because it always feels like the tattoos you get, character creators, but, the good ones, usually.
Yeah, no, that's a fair one. Also, I mean, obviously, I'm so glad nobody in chat has done the obvious meme and just typed feet in all caps. Thank you.
I mean,
we don't get that much interaction.
Just to say it, her feet are fucking huge. They are.
I mean,
don't worry, Omega. I've got you covered. I'm posting in fail Portrayal.
I think it is it's the correct vibe, right? We're doing a fucking low-angle shot of her on a giant chair, this is the Amazon Queen. That, yes, there's going to be this weird low-down thing.
I know it's perspective, but her foot is the same size of her entire head and hair.
So
it looks a little weird.
Yeah, it's a little odd. There's a lot of detail there, but yeah, we're still working on it. So Queen is our first non-level 4, higher than 4 monster.
Our first big asshole, and she has a pretty damn good effect.
Yeah, so she's a level 6 Earth Warrior. She's got 2,400 attack, 1,800 defense, so she has the same attack at least as a Monarch. And again, under Village, she's 26, which is really good for a level 6. And her effect is very simple. Amazon's monsters you control can't be destroyed by battle. Not other Amazon-S monsters. Just Amazons you control, battle, fuck it. This means that you can ram swordswomen into your opponent endlessly.
Yeah, now this may sound counterintuitive, but trust me, it's very good for Amazoness.
No, I mean, good. I would argue that their replacement effects on Village is more to hope that you keep board presence so you can tribute summon a Queen.
Basically.
Yeah, this is one of your centerpieces, is you summon a bunch of these ladies, you beef up their attack stats, and then you make them fucking indestructible.
There has to be an equip spell you can give what's the fucking a guardian twin sword thing.
Yeah, twin sword trice, a flashing light.
You can give twin sword trice to Sword Master and just laugh at your opponent.
Yeah, and you just be like, you're gonna die. It's a fun little setup, and it again continues their theme of being mostly focused around battle. We're keeping the consistent vibes.
And that will always even when we get into their pinned monsters.
Yeah, no, I mean there's a reason why I call them Earth Lunalites, right? They're always about the battle phase.
They will always be built around battle phase asshole effects.
Yeah. Now, unfortunately, this one has a battle-related effect. It's a little slow, though, so it's not good, so you probably haven't seen her a while, but it's an interesting space we're in with Amazoness Sage. So, yeah, Sage of the Amazoness.
Yeah. This one's definitely designed around Queen, and
yeah,
unfortunately for the worse.
Yes. Now, I will say, she's got a slightly different vibe, being obviously mystical, and I like it. She's got, slightly different vibes to her hair. She doesn't have, the bone circlet in front. She's got kind of a band of teeth or something around the back. She's carrying a staff.
It's very almost druid inspired in terms of the vibe.
I like the extra feathers, so it's a slightly different vibe. But Sage is another Earth Warrior, level 4. She's only got 1,400 attack. I feel like Konami is starting to design around the idea that you're going to have 200 attack from Village. 700 defense. Her effect is, at the end of the damage step, if this card attacked and is still on the field, target a spell trap your opponent controls, destroy it. So she is a spell trap removal when she attacks, but only if she survives the whole damage step.
Which, again, this is a weird thing that keeps coming up with Amazoness monsters. And it's actually kind of why they were good in Duel Links. you can run in so many Amazoness assholes into face down set monsters and just benefit.
Yeah.
And this is another one.
Yeah, no. Totally works out.
Because like early Duel Links, if you were suffering, you just had to set a monster and hope. Like you set a monster, set your Radiant Mirror Force, and you just went, I gotta hope they don't kill me.
Yeah. Anything else to say about Sage before she leaves forever? Actually, that's not true. She's got a return.
Another character entered my brain. Very Pocahontas-like. I dig it. It's just a nice design.
Yeah.
Own Magatamas, I guess.
Yeah.
The Magatamas are kind of just a funny, like they're meant to be like teeth or something, but they do have the Magatama.
Yeah, I think it works. It lends to the mysticism. All right, so this card is Amazoness Scouts. This is the uncensored card art. For some reason, the censorship gets stupider. I guess it's because they look younger.
Yeah, because there's like a teenage era. There's like a young teen.
But I
era
don't
of
know if they're
young-
actually teens. They could just be petite-bodied. But they're wearing body stockings in the TCG, and it's really weird.
Body stockings, and they also lengthen the skirt on the girl in yellow.
Yeah. It's one of those things where I feel like the body stocking is like drawing more attention than this. Like,
Yeah.
in this case, I don't even notice, she's got a bare midriff. I'm just like, yeah, okay, that one's yellow. She's dressed like an Amazon. She's got a sword. That's neat. And the other
They're
one's
hot
got
forests,
an arrow. But, yeah. Otherwise, yeah, the art design here for going for, like Axe said, there are a couple of these more, like, ranged or younger ladies, the ones who are training. There's literally a card called Trainee later. Like,
Who is, I think she's literally just like a young young chain master,
but baby, yeah. So like, no, there are good vibes, and you'll see these two or iterations of them a couple of times. They're in several of the spell traps as well, but they're just chilling, and they look perfectly normal. I actually kind of like the sword wielding one. She's got kind of like an offset half cape and like very Dragon Quest look to her. With like the headband.
Yeah, that is exactly what I was thinking.
The one thing that like it's weird, I can tell it's supposed to look like feathers. The hairstyle with the feather looks weirdly like, I don't want to say anachronistic, but it just feels like it feels very much like a very 90s that 90s like Japan school life hairstyle and look.
And
I
the
know
Archer one
not
has
what it's
the
meant to
same
be.
feather thing, but I don't see a band around her forehead, so I don't know if she just have a hair clip on that side. I guess
Could be. Who knows?
it's a little weird, but I think it's fine. Unfortunately, Scouts are not super good. They are a level 2 Earth Warrior, 500 attack, 1100 defense. They have a quick effect, first quick effect of the series, but it's you contribute this card. This turn, neither player can target Amazoness monsters you currently control with monster effects. So if you somehow, I don't know how that works out with timing if you summon an Amazoness after you activate this effect. But also they can't be destroyed by card effects.
Yeah, they would not be protected. I'm assuming the headspace this was built in is like, okay, your assets get destroyed. You pop out scouts for main phase 2 shenanigan, which they're probably not.
And I think honestly, Scouts probably has a better place now that they have a pendulum option, and I don't remember what the low scale is. It might be a 1. I think it is. They have a 7 scale and a 1 scale. So so like
you can get this girl out.
I could see playing this as like a 1 or 2 of as an option because it's a quick effect tribute, so it can be like you end up like, say it's game 2, right? Your opponent makes you go first because they know that that's gonna be countermanded to your strategy. So you can just build a board, put these chicks on it, and then when they like play Lightning Storm, you're just like, nah. It's got room, but it's still a little weird because like it's only the ones you currently control that are protected.
They're a very wonky one of at best.
Yeah. It's a tech card you might tuck in the side deck if your opponent is playing something that it'll really fuckle them with, but because it is also targeting protection, which can be helpful as well. But yeah, there's better methodologies.
Yeah, it is an effect that has gotten way better with time, but still in a very awkward place because of level.
Yeah, and this is Trainee, like we mentioned before. She is indeed just Chain Master, but baby.
Yeah, it just gives her younger.
Yeah,
Her hair is smaller.
It's
her
funny
chain is
how
smaller.
her being younger, she has a longer skirt.
Yeah. And this, by the way, this card art is not edited at all. So this is just how she looks.
They just let her be.
I honestly, I bet she probably has this. Technically, it's the same size skirt. It's just she's probably taller in her previous
Probably.
card art.
Yeah,
And more
that's
swole.
probably what happened.
But yeah, no, she's just chilling.
He just had a growth spurt.
She has the same exact stats as Shan Master.
She's a level 4. But she has arguably a very funny effect for this time period. Monsters destroyed by battle with this card are placed at the bottom of the deck instead of going to the graveyard. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, it gains 200 attack. So she is self-attack modulating. And
She will become a 1900
Yeah.
with just one battle phase.
Yes. And like if you're playing Village, she's already 17, right? And they have other attack stat tricks. And spinning back to the bottom of the deck can really fuckle your opponent. Like, I don't think you would main deck trainee these days. This is definitely a side deck card.
A side deck card, if not a very funny one of.
Yeah, like if your opponent needs cards to go to graveyard, trainee just really, really fucks with that.
Now I want to see someone fighting fucking tier with this card.
You side this deck out against the Madolche matchup.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would work too.
But yeah, no. Spinning to bottom of the deck is probably one of the nastiest ways to get rid of a card.
Yeah, one of the meanest things you can do. It's going back to your deck, and also, you're not even shuffling it. Put that at the bottom. You know, unless you can shuffle your deck, you are not seeing that card again for a long time.
Yeah, the only way you're getting that card out of the deck is if you search it or you shuffle and just hope it gets out of the bottom of the deck.
No. It's a mean one.
Shuffled somehow ends up back at the bottom.
And then once again, Amazon S goes quiet. You know, they don't really get any extra vibes until after Arc V, when they start to show up in Legendary Duelists.
In Arc 5, they were played by two Fusion Dimension like twins or something.
Yeah.
They were evil twins with the Fusion Dimension that played like two halves of an Amazoness deck. Mm-hmm. It was really weird.
It was a really weird gimmick, but
yeah,
you know, that meant that after we wound down Arc 5, we could bring out some new vibes. Starting with this little guy. Look at him. Look at it.
Look at him.
He's very good. I'm pretty sure I have a tiger emote somewhere. There he is.
Yeah.
He's just cute.
Yeah, he's adorable. Look at his little guy.
You could throw him and just do the meme. Whoa. Amazoness lion be upon you.
Yeah,
Baby tiger.
Baby tiger, yeah. I love that he's got his giant tiger collar that he's not grown into yet. He's just a little guy.
He is adorable.
Yeah. So this is you know, this is 2017 Legendary Duelists, the original set of that. We're just into doing retrains. So this is Baby Tiger. Baby Tiger is a 2. He's 500/500. He is also a beast. This card's name becomes Tiger while it's on the field or in the graveyard. Good work, Konami. If an Amazoness monster is normal,
realized we can
or
no
special.
longer.
No, go ahead.
They realized we can no longer print cards that like this card's name is always treated as.
Yeah, I
this
know.
card.
But also I appreciate that they also make it in graveyard, because like there's a lot of cards that don't have enough graveyard interaction that get weird. But Baby Tiger's effect is if an Amazoness monster is normal or special while this card's in your hand or graveyard, special summon him. You can use this effect once per turn. He gains 100 attack for each Amazoness card in your graveyard. That last effect unfortunately will not matter because he's such a tiny baby.
The main thing about him being Tiger on field or graveyard is that it name checks two fusion monster we will see later.
It matters for fusion materials, but also just this guy has free extension. I mean, it's once per turn, but hand or grave, he can summon himself whenever you summon any other Amazon. That also, by the way, means that if you're triggering shit like Village or some of their other spell and trap cards that summon on your opponent's turn, just, again, infinite Congolan assholes deck. All the card advantage. And this is a 2. Which means if I was running Amazoness back in Master Duel, I would run Sprite Elf in here.
Legitimately, that's almost most assuredly a Danny video at some point. I'm positive.
Oh,
There's no way.
No, there's no way somebody at Sub Replay didn't think of that.
Yeah. Wait? Why did someone post Baby Tiger and Crow General? What the fuck?
Well, they're probably watching it as we go.
Oh, he's probably explaining something.
We also got a 10-minute warning until fishing. I've
Fucking
joined
just saw I being the one.
We're chilling. We could probably get through. We might get through all their 04 support before I have to activate fishing break.
Just don't look at 14 right now, Omega.
Well, I had to look for a second because Lucky invited me to join the party at the 10-minute warning.
Oh, I didn't get invited. Damn.
Yeah, we got Amazoness Princess.
Yeah, this is Princess, who oddly enough, like obviously she's, I would assume she's supposed to be Queen's daughter, not Small Queen, because she has like completely different hair color and style.
And very similar to Baby Tiger becomes queen on the field or in graveyard.
Yeah.
Again, matters for fusion materials.
Yes. And especially in this case matters because Queen is still one of your harder monsters to summon because she is a 6. Obviously, they have a 7 pend scale, but that still requires a little bit of specificity. But yeah, Princess, well, one, we have backgrounds now, which matters. That's good, you know.
We finally reached the point where the Amazonas they broke out of the void. They are real people.
She's sitting in a tree. I like her costume. You know, she's got like the stockings.
Nobody
She's got
has
like
been
one sandal, I think, which is funny. Like it looks.
Yeah, she
I
lost
can't tell if
her
that's her
sandal, I
foot.
guess.
The spear is cool, and actually has a blade. You know. But yeah, no, this is good. Once again, also gives me like Dragon Quest, or arguably for the same reason, like general Akira Toriyama vibes with like the horn hat and
Oh
stuff.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
This feels like maybe like a Dragon Quest or like.
Even could be a Dragon Ball character, you know.
No, I was thinking it's like a Dragon Quest party member you possibly
Yeah.
get. I just can't think of like where it'd be.
So Princess is a 3. She's 1200, 900. She has half the stats of Queen. Get it? She becomes Queen on the field or in the graveyard. If this card is normal or special, add a spell trap. You only use this effect once per turn. When this card declares an attack, send one other card from your hand or field to the graveyard. Special summon an Amazonas monster from your deck in defense position, except Princess. So Princess, good card. She becomes Queen, which matters for fusion shit. On normal or special, which again, this deck specials like crazy. You get to add a fucking spell trap.
Yo, you get anything. It could even be Amazonas Spellcaster.
Yeah, no. And then
I think we skipped that one because
yeah, I didn't talk about Spellcaster because it's a very silly card and the art's not really that impressive. We'll maybe mention what it does when we talk about the fusion spell, which is kind of like a spell card retrain. And then when you declare an attack, you can pitch a card, which might matter for some stuff, but you get to special summon another Amazonas from your graveyard. Which, well, obviously you won't get the attack benefits of her being large. That's any Amazonas monster, so you can summon Queen in the middle of your attack declaration and make all your monsters immune to destruction by battle.
Yeah, you can whip Queen out of the deck and then you're set.
So it's a very, very strong card. Absolutely one of the big ones. And they have 2 fusion monsters.
Oh, right. The other 2 are later.
Yes, the next 2 are later. Okay, yeah, this one is. Empress is technically censored the same way Queen is, but I'm not gonna fucking fight to grab the uncensored art because.
And the way Empress's art is, she is more further in the background, so it's not even that noticeable unless you are looking for it.
Yeah, no, it's just once again she's wearing a little tiny shirt under her armor. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, this is Empress. Yeah. Not the biggest mode, but pretty big
Princess.
mode. Yeah.
Look at that weird ass looking sword.
Yeah, I mean, it's her spear, but it's in a weird perspective and bigger. It's got the same weird curvy blade that looks like it's also got like an eyeball or a dragon face on it.
She's wielding the Soul Edge.
Big cape. I love the jaunty angle her fucking head skull is at, and it's got like one of its teeth broken off, so it's not in her face.
She is daring you to hit her.
Yeah, she's like literally throw down her sword and it's like, come at me, bro. Come at me. Good background with like all the fire and stuff. Like, no. I do want to say that this little guy at her waist level is very funny to me because it looks like his eye sockets are drawn, so he's looking up like, oh shit, are you for real?
Yeah, it feels like the kind of talking skull mascot character.
Empress is, for the most part, just a upgraded queen.
Yeah, she's a good card. So she's an Earth Warrior Fusion, level 8. She's got 2,800 attack and 2,400 defense, so we've leveled up to our next Monarch level. She is Queen and any other Amazoness monster. This is why Princess is important, because you can cheat out having Queen around. Other Amazoness monsters you control can't be destroyed in battle or card effects. I think this is smart to keep it other in her case because it's battle or card effects.
He's a big fusion monster, and the other effect is slightly nasty for Amazon.
Yeah, no, if your Amazoness monster attacks defense position, it does piercing. And if this face-up fusion summoned card is destroyed by battle or leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect while your owner controls it, especially summon a Queen from your hand, deck, or graveyard. So she floats into Queen.
It could be Princess, or you could just bring out Queen.
Well, yeah, if it's in your graveyard, you can summon back a Princess, because she's Queen in graveyard. But it has to be regular Queen from hand or deck. But it's a great way to get Queen out. That's if she... And then it's floating, because it's like destroyed by battle or leaves the field for any reason. Where does she go? Doesn't matter. This is like the Gate Guardian fusion cards. If your opponent doesn't, like, mind control her first, you just can't get rid of her. Because she'll float immediately. And also gives them all piercing and all protection. It is the Pain Pekko.
And we also have...
Yeah, let me grab
a
Pet
Pet Liger
real quick.
We'll probably bang up Pet Liger and then take a short break.
Yeah. Card art-wise, not a lot to say. He's a Liger, so he's got like a lion mane and the tiger patterns. He's got bulky armor. He's a guy.
I like the red eye. The red eye is a nice extra little touch.
I forget which one is this. Is it this one or the tiger? The one that messed up Bastion and GX.
It was Tiger. Pet Liger and Empress are Arc 5 cards.
Yeah. So Liger is a level 7 Beast Earth Fusion, 2,500 attack, 2,400 defense. He is Tiger plus an Amazoness monster. Yeah. Very simple stuff. And the effect is very simple. Once per battle, if this card attacks during damage calculation, perfectly normal Yu-Gi-Oh text, you can make this card gain 500 attack during that damage calc only. If your Amazoness monster attacked an opponent's monster after damage calc, target a face-up monster your opponent controls that loses 800 attack. Monster your opponent controls can't attack Amazoness monsters you control except this one. So, Liger is good also.
These are all solid effects. It doesn't really even feel like an upgraded Tiger. It just feels like a different card for attack modulation gimmicks.
The main thing I think this guy is about is you're supposed to summon him and Empress. Because Liger becomes a 3k beater when attacking. And then, if your Amazonesses can't be destroyed, that makes it very easy to set up the effect where you make your opponent's monsters smaller. And also, they can only attack him. But that said, he's small.
If I remember right, I believe one twin played Empress, the other twin played Pet Liger.
Yeah,
as their payoffs.
I think the primary thing holding them back right now is that they are based around polymerization currently. Like a lot of Arc 5 fusion archetypes, like for a lot of old school Predaplant support, for instance, name checks polymerization exactly. They didn't get their own fusion spell until 2 years ago.
It was a weird gimmick resolving around the fusion dimension where they all played polymerization, the only major the only major Arc 5 archetype fusion archetype that got its own fusion was Fluffle Frightfur. I don't know why that was the only one that got a Miracle Fusion.
But I believe that means an hour and 15. Yeah, it's 9 p.m. I'm going to hop in the other VC. I'll leave the audio up so you can listen to us fish for 15 minutes, chat. But we're going to be fishing. Yep, that's the pop.
Oh, there's the pop.
So I'll go to Crow Casual. I will confirm the switch.
The one Chris posted?
And
No,
we're
no, no, no,
live.
no.
You're
Wanna make it
live in
useful
Field
going fishing.
Portrayal.
Oh, that's sonar. Sonar.
I think it's
fishing?
white sonar. White
This
orange
is fish sonar.
Yeah, fish
Yeah.
sonar.
I'm in. Literally, the card is called fish sonar. Also,
Fish
Man, I
detective.
love Baby Tiger. He's so cute.
baby tiger is very cute, but we're here to talk about fishing. All right, it's the Endeavor again.
Man,
is
I
this the
love
same route we did before?
No, this is the Ruby Price.
Okay.
What would you say the bait was?
Ragworm.
Ragworm.
All right, still starting rag.
I have not fished in a year and a half.
Nah, it's fine.
Oh man, I wish I screenshotted it. Lucky and Omega standing right next to each other on the edge of this boat.
Nice.
I do love the gray memes for gatherers.
Have no bait. Shit.
You can buy right here.
Luckily, there's a merchant right here. All right, let's see. Which
All right,
side
take
do we go
over.
to? Let's see how
Take
it
over the
is.
east side of the boat.
Yep, this is our boat side now. Remember, if you pop a swat, you pull out your fishing bitch. Yeah.
Oh, well, you can sit. You can actually just sit while fishing. I forgot about that.
That's fun.
Yeah, I've definitely never fished here before because the first fish I caught is like, new fish, added to your thing.
Yeah, I know, right?
Shrimp or squid? Okay.
Wow, look at
Oh,
the weather.
I need to buy bait. My bait sucks.
Well, it sells the free crapper baits. You'll probably just want a stack of each of those.
Yeah, that's what I did. I just bought a stack of all of them.
Currently, ragworm is apparently the preferred one.
Okay, thank you.
There's a mussel. Already got level.
Now wants weak bites, shrimp or squid, and
Dolphin.
come on, give us the buff. Give us the buff, Dolphin.
Do a cool trick, Dolphin.
Do a flip.
Ramp over it.
Ramp it. Oh, shit. Did the wrong
Shit,
fucking hook for my
I've got
precision.
inefficient hooking right now.
Yeah, you gotta
That
do a
makes
special
it-
hook.
That means you gotta use precision and powerful when doing the fishing.
And I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure the
I
way it works
know.
is if you get a 1 star, it's the green. If it's the other, it's the red.
Yep.
I just
Oh,
fucked it up.
yo,
Yeah,
we got
we did
dolphin
get the
Double
dolphin
backwards
buff.
somewhere.
Yo, that means your GP regenerates really quickly.
Oh, perfect.
Oh,
Good,
perf.
good.
That's good. I could
And
use
we also
that.
have a higher chance of getting the spectral.
I've caught my first shrimp.
3, let's go!
I'm sorry, did I just use triple hooking to catch up 7 of a fish?
It's Spectra.
What
I got a spectral fish.
Oh, I didn't realize triple hooking is 3 or more.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's based on your
No wonder people say it's easy to get 8,000 points when you're level 90.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I can't activate it right now, but yeah.
Fishy.
Yeah, I never
time.
really took fishing that seriously, but I did level it, and it was a pretty chill time.
Mm-hmm.
3. Alright, how do I okay, it won't let me activate triple.
You have to activate it after you
Gotcha.
cast.
You use it as you're reeling.
Yeah.
We no longer have the GP regeneration.
Give me that 3 fish.
Some 3.
Come
Yes.
on, get me the.
Got a fucking coelacanth.
Yo, teaching fish to synchro summon.
Sell it for a high price.
I got 2 coelacanths
We got
back to
fuck-
back.
Man, that catch 3-star or higher rated fish is easy to get.
Oh,
Well,
the
you
fish
only-
got away.
You only need 1 spectral to proc usually.
And with 24
Hey,
people now,
large sirens.
Yeah, and occasionally you just get random buffs from fishing
Oh
up things.
crap!
Oh, we got another big one. That's a big fish.
Let's see. Sunken coelacanths.
Oh, I see Loth leveled next to me.
Ah, I should have used triples up there.
Ah, shit! God damn it! Sorry. Hit the wrong button for the exclamation.
Oh, there it goes.
That was only 1.2k.
Scale.
I should have double hooked there. That would have made some moves. Oh, goals. Are we gonna get the goal buff as well?
Getting all these fucking buffs.
Oh, looks like we are.
Oh, the water might be
There
churning
it
with
is.
a fish.
Increased chance of large-sized fish.
Ooh, I'll take that.
Big boy.
The big boy. Just realized, because I'm a Lalafell, my stool is so tiny.
Of course it is.
Just fuck that up. Wrong hook.
I'm not catching things that fast.
Yeah,
This is my
triple hook is
technique.
real nice, actually.
Ragworm? Or are you experimenting with others?
I think we're all just ragworming.
I mean, you can't get two spectacles at the same time, so I think it's kind of dealer's choice at the moment.
Okay.
Each round you can get one spectral in.
I just haven't got much shrimp squid yet.
No. Okay, fine.
My next catch coming.
All right. I definitely did better this time.
Okay.
All right, so
Got-
plumpworm for the next one.
Oh, I just loaded that
Righto.
up to experiment. Cool.
All right.
Got.
Let me go buy me some plumpworm.
I just hear the scream as people just mentioning the catches.
Just buy 20 of that.
Okay, I got 19. That's pretty good.
Shit.
I'm at 15 at the moment.
Oh, hey, I see Loth.
Doing the Yol dance. No, that's the moon dance. That's the stinking tribe moon dance on the front of the.
Oh my god, I was on the gangplank.
So I guess
Oh.
just if people have various emotes unlocked, they'll just sometimes do them.
Why was I doing the faction report post?
Just having a
That's actually an
conversation with some
emote. I
people.
can't remember what it's called. I think it's like examine or something.
Sorry, I
Loth
just-
is dead!
Yeah, I just saw. I think it was Loth dead and somebody kneeling next to him.
Yeah, no, I saw that.
on,
too.
on my screen, it's Omega. Who's
Okay, we're at like
Nice.
Yane. So Plump, you said?
Yes, plumpworm.
Yes. Right. An undiscovered fishing hole.
Oh yeah, Loth.
Oh,
on,
the
our
squad!
on our last fishing trip, there was a Lalafell named Tacklebox.
Of course that was.
Okay, there's Soul Ring from the last time
Ooh,
we
that's
did
a prawn.
fishing trip.
That counts
Things
as a
of a
shrimp as
leopard
well.
prawn into a shark.
Fucked up again.
Nope, I messed up. I didn't change my bait. I bought the bait.
Good.
Goals.
Okay,
More
Gold
goals?
again? I'll
Oh.
take that. I'll take an early goal buff.
man, if we actually get this again, this is going to be a lucky trip so far.
Getting jellyfish.
Ooh, that's a spear squid. Oh, hey, Soul Ring's back.
Yep.
Still
Oh,
lemon.
Mooch is prawn. Let's go.
Herring.
It doesn't look
I,
like
I need to catch like 23 more food, 20 more weak bites. Still.
Just
yeah,
keep
you
getting
get
them.
a lot of weak bites, but that's fairly easy.
I need like 41 of them. A lot.
Just keep fishing.
I hear dolphins.
I see a dolphin.
Yep.
Silent shark. Yeah.
The
Ah,
dolphins.
Tatsunoko.
Seahorse.
What about Tatsunekro though?
Triple hook. Come on.
Also,
I
find
just
it-
needed to fight Capcom.
I also find it very funny. I'm fishing right next to Loth, and I'm seeing his levels. I've almost caught you in Fisher, buddy. Ooh, I got a Tatsunoko.
I know.
I got the spectral fish, but nothing popped.
Well, I think we're about to get our dolphin buff.
Ooh, dolphin buff.
I'm trying to catch for prawn.
Yep, there it is.
Yep, there it goes.
I
There
got
we
it.
go.
Achievement. Yeah.
Yeah, I got an achievement for that.
Where there be dolphins, spectral currents aren't far behind.
I really
Nope.
don't know how to use Mooch.
If you
Mooch?
catch a moochable fish, you can hit the mooch key to try and catch an even bigger fish.
Let's go!
Oh, we're
Isn't that the
speculating.
same person who got the Spectral Current last time?
Maybe.
Yeah, they got some good shit.
Triple hook that shit.
That's kind of up to you. What the heck do you use as bait?
Well, I got some of the stuff I need. Shrimps or squids earlier, so I think I want to keep using this bait.
Oh, sweet, I can do some sky fishing.
Come on.
Oh, that's a big one.
Big
Come on,
boy.
come here. Please be a squid or a shrimp. Oh no, it's a fucking
Milk
shark
and
I just
turtle.
caught.
I'm mooching that shit. Let's go. Ah.
Wait, I can mooch that? Come on, give me something big. Wait, that mooches for itself.
That was a big fucking shark.
That just mooch for itself?
Might have. Was it a bigger version of it?
It sure is moochable for itself. I didn't know that was a thing.
Nice squid.
Alright.
I wonder if there's something rare that can happen that can mooch this for.
There's only two. Ooh, snapping koba. Yes, prawns.
A bitch.
Ah, my eyes!
Ah, damn, it's fading away.
I was trying to get one more triple in there.
Ah, sweet, I've got a new recruit.
I need to get more. I guess I need to catch more large fish to get better art to get the GP cycling.
The problem is you can't use triple hook in conjunction with patience.
Yeah. You just don't have enough GP for it.
Well, it's not the GP, it's the fact that you have a low success rate while using patience. So you can't use powerful or precision when you're triple hooking.
Well, if you just use your triple hooking immediatally,
Well,
wouldn't
triple
matter that
hook-
much. Because then you can just pop off a cordial or your fucking Thalic's favor.
Well, the problem
afterward.
is you have a high fail rate when you're using patience.
You don't have a high fail rate. It's just a 40% less chance. That's still over half.
What skills does Angler's Art allow you to use?
I was talking about patience too, which is 75%. So it becomes kind of iffy to use anything else.
Wait, am I missing? Do I
Ah.
not have all my proper skills out? I should double
I should be
check.
level 48 to get the better mooching skill.
I probably have to double check my skills to make sure that I didn't fucking.
Oh, right, that costing. Sorry, that.
Oh, right, I forgot about makeshift bait.
You only get Angler's Art when you catch large fish, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Look, so long as I can keep in front of Omega intensive levels, I'll be alright.
You say that, Omega's one level behind. Oh, nope.
Oh, now it's 2.
Get fucked. As you were saying it.
No, don't leave yet. I'm mooching.
Don't worry. I'll let you do your
On,
final
go.
fish.
Give me that big one.
Alright, overall less productive
Yeah,
than
I
the
thought
other.
so.
I've got all 3 of my challenges done.
Oh, I got a shark. No,
I still need more shrimp and weak bites.
I need a
Yeah,
lot
Yeah, I
more
need
shrimp or
2 more
squid.
shrimp and 11 more weak bite.
Damn, you guys got
I
a lot
think
of
the
shrimp.
next one's
I'm
gonna
only
be
at 5.
some prawn for the spectrum.
Yeah,
Oh.
I haven't got a lot of shrimp or prawns either.
It's triple hooking, my dudes.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Okay.
you guys have. Yeah, so the
I
triple
did
hook can
that
just
the
catch
whole
more
time.
stuff.
I
Let's see.
I think.
Okay, so what's the bait type?
Plump worm, I think.
Plump.
I'm looking at this thing. It looks like it's prawn for the spectral snake eel
Oh yeah, yeah, it is prawn.
Okay.
and the epicenter.
Krill, yeah.
Wait.
So
Okay, guys, I need to
prawn-
shut up. Which one is it?
Krill.
Krill. Okay.
Krill. Sorry, my bad.
How long is an ocean fishing route?
3 trips.
15 minutes.
Like
Yeah.
20, 21, 22 minutes.
I've never actually done it. I don't
Oh,
think.
actually, no. Okay, this one's longer. This is like 7 minutes. Yeah. So it's 3
Krill.
trips. Yeah. Cream.
Why can I not change bait? There we go.
Yeah. You
Sometimes
you
it
gotta
takes a
fish
second.
loading.
Basically, just has to wait for everyone to load in before starting the countdown and everything.
Most of 3,000 points now.
Yeah, I think I am doing a little less good this time, but we'll see.
Reef squid.
Excuse me.
Man, I still don't know how you're supposed to get 20,000 in one trick.
You just gotta be sick with it.
I think I did it one time, but it was just crazy. It was crazy how it went.
I don't
Like,
believe
like,
you unless
you just have to be blessed with the mandate of heaven.
because that amount of points is absolutely absurd.
Dumb question,
Samboso.
How many points do you need for the Mog thing again?
8,000.
8,000
Oh,
for the
man,
Ultimog.
I
Yeah,
I
I
think
forget
I'm
about
gonna reach
1200.
that.
Unfortunately, at such a low level, you guys are not likely to be able to get that high.
No, I think I get it without the bonus from like triple hooking to get lots and lots of extra guys.
I'm only at 2K.
There's a
That-
little bit to add on from
I got
bonus.
spectral.
There,
Nope, it didn't pop, so we fucked.
I will say the point it shows you straight out is not going to be your ending amount because of bonuses accrued during the thing.
Yeah, so I gotta get like 7 more prawn.
You're probably going to get an extra 50
That's not
to
a fish. That's a
70%.
fucking piece of kelp.
I need 14 more weak bites, which is probably not gonna happen.
Give me shrimp.
Or give me death.
Just give me spectral.
Oh, I got a squid. There's squids in here. Okay.
I've only been getting squids.
You'll
I
get
wish
spawn
I
from
wish
plump
I was
worm or
getting
krill.
squid.
So yeah.
Oh, I got another reef squid as I said that.
Both. Damn it. Let's try plump worm.
Well, that'll be a weak bite.
Actually, give me.
Reef squid.
Ooh, 3 exclamation points. Come on, Spectral. I missed.
Oh, that's a bunch of fucking parts. Nice.
Oh, wow, some kelp.
Yeah, I've caught a few of those.
Kelp.
That took a while for that to bite.
Come on.
Really, all that for a reef squid?
All that for a drop of blood.
Ooh, 5 reef squid.
It's a goby.
Look at that.
Oh, it's a 3 runs.
What skills use the angler arts?
Thaliax.
The only one I really use is Thalic's Favor. And that just gives me free GP.
I
Same.
think it's It's makeshift bait in Phallic Sayer usually.
Spectral Snake Eel.
Okay, I have not noticed that at all. I've been at 10 for the past 5 minutes.
Well, you
So,
spend
so
them.
long as it's got like a little blue number next to it instead of like the green one, it should be spending that.
You gotta use the skills.
And you always get a stack when you catch a large fish.
Yeah, let's go. I hate that I just used my triple fist.
Use a
His
cordial
triple
with
fist.
that.
All right, triple hook. Here we go.
Come on.
Got away. Fuck.
Yo, three.
That was a waste of my
450
GP.
with one cast.
Octopus.
Ah, yes. Apologies if you guys hear beeping. A truck's coming into the driveway.
A truck backing up.
Yep.
It's not more
Ooh, a
squids.
lobster.
Ooh, an octopus.
I also caught a Senbei octopus.
It turns out they need to do some work on the storm drains nearby, and one of those just happens to be in the backyard.
Shit, my inventory's full. How?
All right, I got my fucking.
I sold all the fish I got last time.
Yeah. You
All right,
want,
I
like,
just need fit bites. Just need weak bites.
Yeah, this is the type of thing where you want kind of a full empty inventory section.
Need 3 more shrimp.
Flying squid.
Oh, barbed
Lobster.
lobster.
Octopus
Lobster.
didn't count. Fuck.
Ooh, cute looking octopus.
It's fucking nice. God
Tentacle
damn.
thresher. That is a name.
What a wild creature.
Come on. Triple hook.
I can't get any more big baits, can I?
Jesus, I caught 7 of those fucking lobsters.
3 tentacle threshers. Oh god.
Is my just gather rate isn't high enough?
I've set a new personal record.
Just caught 7. I just got 1,700 points in one reel.
Wild.
What?
Shit.
Wow.
I caught
Wow.
7 flying
did you reel
squids
up?
at once. Holy crap!
Congratulations.
I haven't been able to catch more than 1 at a time.
Well, because you need a triple hook, Axe.
I only got 3 from those.
Holy crap! That's so much. Triple
Well, I
hook,
think I'll be able to hit the 8K at least.
triple hook is cheating.
What level is triple hook?
90.
It's the capstone, and it definitely is worth being the capstone. It's really
Son of a
fucking
bitch!
good.
I might be able to make it.
I managed to get all 3 of my challenge missions at the end.
Yeah,
I just needed 7 more week bites.
Dang
Damn.
it.
If I just
Didn't get-
if I did actually triple hook that one fish that one time when I was weak bite.
I was
Good
2
shit.
squids and 1. Weak bite away, damn it.
7,300 Even.
Oh,
It's
damn
close.
I'm pretty sure this will be my highest score ever with that one.
Alrighty.
Oh, there's the time stone.
See how this calculates?
I really need to keep an eye out on my Thalic's favor. For some odd reason, always at like the very end, I forget about it.
It's because you're in the zone.
You,
I
you,
wasn't-
you get too tunneled in on trying to hit a certain capstone, and you forget about all your other bonuses.
Go
I
buy some
just
gathering
saw
materia.
Lucky and everyone else wearing the exact same outfit as him, just at the edge of the boat.
Alright.
Oh, shit! I hit 10K because I got the fucking full 100.
Nice.
I just made 8K. Nice.
Oh, I got
Thir-
0.8.
I got 1,400. I got 14,600. Oh,
That's
just
only 1 fish. Not so
$400.
bad.
13K for me.
I got 6.7K, but since I'm level 45 in fishing, that's pretty good. I think by the time I hit level 50, I'm probably gonna.
Damn, you.
I might hit the 8K.
Also, if anybody got the achievements for the dolphins or the seagulls showing up, there are minions tied to both of those that you can grab from your achievement log.
Oh, shit! I did not know that.
Cool.
I'll be
I
fucking
just got a
doing that.
minion for doing
I need a
10,000.
diamond, yeah.
I just got a minion for doing 10,000 in one run of that route.
My
Nice.
door for Mantic Run has 8,000 points right now, so suck it.
All right, but that's the fishing. I see several people
All right.
yelling. So
right,
we're
go
gonna
back.
go back to the fail portrayal dimension and to be back for the next fishing run.
and I will say, oh shit.
Also already leaving. Okay, all right. And then we
Let
remove
me
the Dawnfish.
save my Dwarf Romantic game real quick.
It's okay. I got to get my shit together.
I'm gonna go dismantle this goddamn fish.
Oh no, it auto saves paste. Oh yeah,
Nice.
we can just
Okay, all right.
point out.
So now to snap back to reality.
Oh, there goes gravity.
Yeah. So once again, this support was all in like Legendary Duelists in like 2017, kind of on the crux of the Link zone, but obviously not necessarily fully modernized. I don't actually think a lot of the Legendary Duelist packs were super impactful on the meta. They just
Let me pull them up.
they got you some new tech. Like there's a lot of modern Harpy support in there and some stuff like that, but definitely not like most of them. I don't think had a super huge. The most might have been some of the Dark Magician support.
Yeah, because Pet Liger showing Circuit Break,
Yeah, okay. So Pet Liger was Circuit Break,
which is like the very beginning of the Link era.
Yeah, I think that was the follow up to the Legendary Duelists. So that was where Empress and the other couple were. So it's like they existed as part of, I would say, probably the like, because there's always this overflow, right, chat, where they were part of the vibes where, okay, we've ended Arc 5, but we did not print all of the Arc 5 cards that showed up in the Arc 5, anime and time period, so we got a few more to scratch off still. But Amazon's got a big infusion of support in the TCG in Darkwing Blast, because in the OCG, these cards were printed in the Duelists of Pyroxene, which was the Earth Duelist pack, which the TCG decided to murder and divvy up everything that wasn't the Ishizu cards into core sets, and then put the Ishizu cards into Magnificent Mavens, which also included all of the new Sky Striker stuff from that box, the Witchcrafters, etc., and also just a bunch of like decent reprints. Honestly, this was probably a good move because those of us who might want to play Amazon or Duelist of Pyroxene also included all the brand new Morphtronics and Power Tool Dragon support. We probably really did not want to deal with the prices of chasing those as like secret rares alongside the Ishizu cards, which are so good they're all in fucking prison right now.
Yep.
As a very small aside, as I pulled up Darkwing Blast,
Yeah.
Apparently, in the OCG, there was something called a Darkwing Blast +1 bonus pack tossed into the box sets if you bought a box of Darkwing Blast.
Yeah, I believe
in the first run of
I
the
believe
set.
that the OCG does this pretty regularly, where they will just toss in an extra pack if you're doing a lot of buys. The TCG does not do that, but also we have bigger packs, so you just get more cards anyway.
It looks like it's just it is just a pure foil supplementary booster pack that's just tossed in there.
Kind of like
here's some extra hollows.
Yeah. But okay, so they got their support in what would have been a duelist, element pack, but Konami of the TCG said, no, we cannot carry a set after Duelist from the Deep, which was already super widely derided over here, the water pack. And don't you lie to me, it was. Nobody liked that pack, even though it had good shit in it. The TCG, Konami of America and EU said, we're not even going to bother fucking trying to market this Earth pack, okay? We'll bundle up the Ishizu stuff in like a holiday box with some other meta crap, and we will dole out all the new Amazon and Morphtronics cards as like pack filler common imports, which arguably works out a lot better because they're a hell of a lot cheaper. And our first one for this, we are going to get to talk about their Pendulum strategy, because as we mentioned, they were in Arc 5. They did not get Pendulum cards then.
Did not know were real.
Yeah, no, these actually came out. Like I said, I feel like in the TCG, they were kind of underhyped because they were just, like I said, packaged into Darkwing Blast, which is a set that already had good shit in it.
It's got the whip's got a really oversized handguard, but besides that, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, let's see.
Looks like
Darkwing Blast was
because
the
they got
first
too
wave of
close.
support for Bestials and Kashtira, so nobody was fucking paying attention to Amazons in that set. This is Golden Whip Master.
I would say understandably so.
Yeah. No, I mean, compared to Cashier, this deck is not got nothing. But, you know, I think it was better that they were released as bulk commons than trying to, like, compete.
Looking at these cards, we might just want to put them up as a duo because they are the exact same card. With like
yeah, that's right. I think they do double up. All right, I'll grab
there's
Silver Sword as well.
like one difference, but like between their pendulum effects. Aside from that, they are the exact same card.
Yeah, they have mirrored stat lines and you know the usual shit. So let's do this.
The fun stuff.
Which you like honestly, it's you generally see that like packaged in as like okay, we're going to introduce a two pendulum cards for this archetype.
Yeah, and obviously because you know they're two very similar. I think they have similar hairstyles to the two sisters who played it in Arc 5. I don't think it's a 1-to-1,
close
but
enough.
yeah, like I said, I think it's not literally them, but I feel like it's inspired by them, and they're two sisters, and they're supposed to go together from the Pendulum set. So like it's an interesting year. So this is gold. Is it Gold Whip Master or Gold Chain Master? Golden Whip Master and Silver Sword Master.
Yeah, and pulling up the characters. It's not literally them, but one twin had yellow hair, the other twin had like white hair. So
yeah, so it's
very much
close.
going for the aesthetic theming around the two characters without outright throwing them in because I'm gonna post them in Fail Portrayal.
Yeah,
if Omega wants to throw them up, they are just very generic villain of the 2 weeks characters, and for Arc 5 especially.
Oh yes, no, these are like
Jesus Christ.
These chicks are like, if I had to imagine a you know, the anime equivalent of pack filler. These images are probably gonna be.
For some reason, for Upper Rio, I feel like they just needed to at least have like tribal tattoos on their necks, or at least something to like fit the bit.
Well,
but,
no, because they don't.
They don't even
it's
look.
Not even letting me copy these images easily. If I hit right click,
they should totally just have like ripped off their jackets and shown off like their ripped abs.
No, Discord does not want to port over, but you'll know, chat.
They definitely have a decent amount of personality in the episodes they show up in, but they are like their designs just scream of like late Zale era.
Yeah. No,
these just look like they just look like high-ranking like cultist flunkies.
Yeah, they're goons. That's what they are.
Yeah, they're fusion dimension characters. So Golden Whip is the low scale, Silver Sword is the high scale. Their stats are inverses of each other. They're both Earth Warrior pendulums. Gold Whip is a level 5. This is our like second, main deck monster that actually needs to be tributed. Except not really, because you're probably paying enough for your pendulum scales. But that means that she starts with 2k attack, 1200 defense. Silver Sword Master is the opposite. She's 1200 attack, but 2k defense and is level 3. So both of them are summonable inside their own pendulum scales. So they have some very interesting effects. So Whip Master, actually both of them say this is their first pendulum effect. Amazon monsters you control gain attack equal to their own level times 100. So most of them are gaining 400 attack. And I'm pretty sure if you do both of these are separate modulation effects, right? If they're both in the scales.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
I said both of these attack modulations should apply if you have both in your scales, right? Because they're two separate effects.
Yes. My brain entered a little fuzzy. I went one scroll down on Google Images and found something I should have not have witnessed with my eyes.
Fair enough.
So I short-circuited for a
But yes,
second.
no. So technically, if you've got your scales set up, that means that most of your Amazons are gaining 800 attack, which is pretty good. It is funny to see how, like, in 2010, 200 attack for each Amazon was, like, pretty spicy. Now we're just straight up like, your Amazons can gain, like, infinity attack, bro. It doesn't even matter.
Your Amazoness Queen will become a 3800 beater.
Yeah.
Big attack.
Once again, that means that if you've got Golden Whip out and you've got both pen scales set, she's a 3k beater because she's gaining 500 twice. No, so yeah, it's very strong.
And your Amazon. We will see here in a moment. Your new boss monster will have a
Yes.
grand total of 5,200 just with
which
these two
is
pendulum
absolutely what
monsters.
they're going for. So Whipmaster has her own unique pendulum effect, which is if an attack is declared involving your Amazoness monster, target a spell trap, destroy it. So a better version of Sage's effect. This is a hopped. And Sword Master says when attack is involved, you can target an Amazoness spell trap in your graveyard, add it back to your hand, which is a hopped. So Sword Master recovers spell traps, Golden Whip pop spell traps. Also, they have a great effect for monster decks that are destruction based. If both of them say if they're in the monster zone and are destroyed by battle or card effect, you can put them in your pendulum zone. So you can just scale them.
Which is like you don't even have to go for the set on pendulum scale right away. They can just be bunguses. You are either tutoring out with village or just summoning.
Oh, and both of them also have a second effect, which is just their monster effects are just they scale. If they're in the monster zone and are destroyed by a card effect, you can scale them. And if an Amazoness monster is special summoned to your field while they're in your graveyard, you can scale them. Now, that's a little awkward because they are pendulum monsters, so they're not likely to go to your graveyard. But in the off chance they do that, like if you have to discard them or your opponent pops them.
They're awkward levels, Amazoness by design, but it does allow you, if you really wanted to, because you have extra deck space, to splash in some like rank 3 or rank 5 plays, I guess. And they
also
they will not be.
If you have to use them as fusion materials in your hand, this lets you get them back. Actually, I think I don't know. Does that proc if you use them as poly material and then you summon a monster off that and then they're in their graveyard, do you immediately scale them?
I believe the way it works, resolution goes, they hit graveyard before the summon happens. So yeah, you should.
Yeah,
that,
so
that
like
should work.
that's just both of these effects are just decent insulation, so that you're not going to be, if you're playing Pendulum Amazons, you're not going to be like left out in the cold because something weird happens. You'll get a chance to scale them, whether you do it right away or you have to make a fusion play or whatever. So both of these cards, pretty good. I think it gives them some decent flex and stat lines. Like, Silver Sword actually has a defense stat, and Golden Whip is pretty big. And obviously, you're probably not going to be super concerned with actually, like, normal summoning her as a 5 because, well, you've got Pendulum Scales now, but also there's lots of ways to special summon.
Yeah, if you really wanted to normal Whipmaster, or I guess like they pop your queen. Or actually, wait, does Village
I believe Village is
destroy
battle.
Okay, so yeah, like if they pop your queen, you can then go into Whipmaster, which is fine. But
yeah,
it's finicky, but they're fine. Like for modern cards, especially for a deck that is not built around pendulum monsters. These cards are pretty good for actually.
Yeah, no, you would actually be playing
some
several
form
of these.
of pin strategy.
Yeah, and it goes naturally because Amazon S is already a swarm deck, and this is just what's more swarmy than pendulums, It just gives you the juice. And then we also got a slight, I would argue, retrain of Sage. This is Spiritualist. This is the censored art because she's got the top thing, but even if it's uncensored, you can't fucking see anything because it's not from the front anyway.
Yeah, like the only thing that's different is that little like black undershirt between between her top and her cape robe is not there. But like again, like you even without it, you can't see anything from the angle she's at. It's just
barely anything.
Yeah.
I like her design.
No, it's a good design.
Yeah, no, I mean like it's a good design. I like it.
More little skulls, good color comp. Still has
it's
huge
also
hair.
like it's very natural shades too, which I feel like is what they should be going with the Amazoness cards.
Yeah, they don't really need like super hot pink or unnatural coloring. They're just making cloth and stuff. I like the kind of like blue fire or light green fire she's got in her staff. That's a good extra effect. You can see some more of the
almost Caduceus, the almost Caduceus like twirling on the staff. It's just a good flair.
Yeah, very solid design. I don't know why they didn't call her Amazoness Shaman in English. I don't know if that was a card name we used already by accident.
I believe Shamanism was a trap card.
Okay, yeah. So they just wanted to make sure it wasn't too close. So she's another Earth Warrior. This is a level 2. Funnily enough, this is another level 2 Earth Warrior coming out when Sprite was good in Dabble. So it's like they're asking you to consider doing the Sprite tech.
And it's very funny because this card is a free special summon.
If this card's in your hand or graveyard, target Amazoness you control except Spiritualist. Return it to your hand if you do special summon it. You can't special summon from the extra deck for the rest of this turn except Amazoness monsters. So you do get locked that turn, but still, it works out as a way to get extra bodies. And I forgot to mention, she's got 800 attack and 1800 defense. She's another defense-oriented one.
Yeah, I think that is the highest defense on an Amazoness monster.
No, Silver Sword is 2K.
Oh,
She's
right.
The other, but yeah, no, it's
Sorry,
still very high.
Looking back at Discord and seeing the picture of the two twins again, I'm like, man, these guys look like weirdos. And I was like, oh, wait a second, the Yuya of that dimension was also a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, no, all the characters in the Fusion Dimension in Arc 5 have issues.
They're all little freaks from the fascist dimension.
The only one who doesn't is Alexis, who is just a character we put into the Fusion Dimension.
Yes, that's right.
Like for no reason, Alexis is in the Fusion Dimension because we had to have legacy characters in all dimensions, and she's the only one she's the only normal person in the Fusion Dimension.
Awfully too.
Probably, but I think there were.
Wasn't Alexis treated awfully too?
I mean, she was, but that's every side character in Arc 5 at that point.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't even go for the guy that they should have put in the weird freak show dimension. You should have done Zane, the canon weird freak guy.
Mr. Cyberdark.
Yeah.
Mr. Cyberdark.
I like to be electroshock tortured, actually.
In the Fusion Dimension is Alexis. She gets like 2 half duels on screen, and she gets bodied in both of them.
Which is unfortunately
not
normal
good.
for that.
She
But yeah.
exists as a joke.
But yeah, so also, by the way, Spiritualist is just... I don't remember which one it is. I think it's Dancer, but she's basically just a Harpy card, which is a perfect design scheme to do for this, to just make Amazoness Harpies, but, Earth.
I don't know if we mentioned the last effect.
Yeah, I haven't mentioned it
she
yet.
adds Polly.
Yeah. Now, unfortunately, especially because they got a fusion spell in this archetype, which is sadly not named Fusion. It's not Amazon Fusion. This, unfortunately, is kind of a backwards card design for Dabble. Like, yes, there's a lot of generic poly support, but if your archetype has a fusion spell, you generally don't want to run poly because it's going to clog up your deck play. And I legitimately don't know if you're trying to build Amazoness right now, if you run poly because it's a free search off Spiritualist, or you run their fusion spell, which is named Amazoness and is thus searchable by cards like Princess,
I would say if you really wanted to run Spiritualist, you can probably like add in a poly for extra search, because also like these are Earth Warriors, so I'm sure there's also generic there's might be generic fusion targets, because like they're all a super type.
I think
there's probably something.
All the like Conquering Star and whatever. I think those are all like warrior fusions.
Idaten and stuff.
Yeah. Which require various levels of monsters. There's probably some stuff you could pull off. So, like, there's room, but it's definitely like it's just really weird to me to see a card that was printed, in the year 2022 say, and in this card's special summon, you can search a poly from your deck to your hand.
Which is useful.
And I'm like, this is like, I mean, I don't know. Let me double check. No, she doesn't have appearances, so I think this card is brand new.
Yeah.
Spiritualist
also,
reads like she's a card from Arc 5.
I am looking at like the like star fusion monsters. They require high level warriors, unfortunately.
Well, you've got a few of them you can pull off.
We do, but it becomes very finicky.
Yeah, it's a
like
weird
the
case.
main one is Idaten, which is 2 level 5 or higher. There is Raijin, which is 1 level 5 or higher light warrior, which is just the fusion.
That's just not gonna happen.
Plus an Earth Warrior monster, and Shura, which is Idaten plus level 5 or higher warrior monster.
Yeah, it's a line you could do, but it's weird. Because let's pull up, though, because they have several of those level 5 or higher. So you have, Golden Sword now, you have Queen, and also we've got War Chief. And this is her. This is the Amazoness War Chief.
She's got
this is a very beefy girl.
Yes,
she's
she is a
got a
large
tiny
lady.
face for how beefy she is.
Yeah, but this is the uncensored, because again, there's a top involved. Though this honestly looks more like she's just wearing a tube top or a bustier rather than bikini armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's got like the leopard print on it. Many jokes were made about this being Crow's mom because the hairstyle color is very much like Crow from 5Ds.
I could see it.
It's very funny.
Oh, hey, this card actually, you play this card instead of Spiritualist, actually.
Yeah, I know. War Chief is a very good card. I've actually brewed some Amazoness for like some events in Master Duel.
Yes, this also is just a War Rock monster.
I mean,
too.
that's the thing. I talked about this. War Rocks are just Amazons. Like they are definitely. If we ever do a War Rock episode, we will look at the Lady War Rocks, and they are just Amazonesses. Like that's
like Skylar and Skylar.
The War Rocks are just Amazoness, but also some of them are men and have the exact same
I was
body
thinking
type.
the War Rocks are all the dudes that are born that have to force to leave the village.
No, they have. There are some chicks in War Rock.
I think
they still get born. It's like their own tribe, but yeah.
Like it's Wento and Skylar like the only ladies among the War Rocks.
I think there might be a third woman because there's more. War Rock is one of those TCG exclusive archetypes that like there's more of them than you think. Also, real quick, since we're not likely to run out of time for our whatchamacallit.
Meteor Dragon might be a lady, but their scan is like the secret rare, so I cannot fucking parse out the design.
But I can say this now. Right now, Master Duel is doing what is probably their most popular tryout duel ever, which is TCG ban list with certain exceptions. There are cards that have always been banned in Master Duel,
but Maxi is banned, basically.
Yeah, because you can't craft Dragoon still. There's a couple of other cards you can't craft, so you're not allowed to play. But everybody's really enjoying it. I've had a kind of an intermediate time. I played a couple of extra games, but I have run into some people using this to play the stupidest fucking decks. I ran into a guy playing Exodia. There's another guy just playing Rank 10 Trains. There's some weird ones, but I will say they have very good loner decks. One of them is, it's not the greatest Cosmo, but it's just Cosmo with 3 E-Telly. And it works. That's how I got my 3 wins. So I'm like, you may have seen me earlier today tweet, Cosmo Dark Lady crushes life points. So I love the excuse to just rep some fucking Cosmo as a TCG exclusive archetype. They did not put War Rocks in there, but it's actually an interesting one, and I really hope this event is popular and teaches Master Duel that they can fucking live if you ban Max C. Please,
what heavy combo decks can I play?
Tired of the bug. It's so annoying. Anyway, War Chief looks good. I think her I think it was Axe, or it was maybe even Loth, who mentioned earlier that her face is kind of like smooth.
That was Axe.
Yeah, it was Axe. Okay,
small.
I think
her head's a bit small.
Yeah, her she's a little baby faced for just how fucking ripped she is.
Yeah, if the angle doesn't show it right, her torso is a triangle upside down.
But also it's funny because she's got like very like big anime uwu eyes, which is funny to me considering we looked at Amazoness Archer like 2 hours ago, right? Archer has pointy ass eyes. She has like anime villain eyes.
Yeah, I definitely feel like the main thing happening with War Chief's design is just her eyes. Her eyes are too big for her head and makes the proportions look a little weird. But still a good design.
No, good design. So War Chief is a level 5 Earth Warrior. Her stats are a little low for a level 5. Again, we're counting on the fact that like we've got the pendulums now, we've got the field spell. You're gonna modulate. So the fact that she's 1900 attack, 0 defense doesn't matter.
War Chief will not stay at 1900 beater. She gonna become like she can get a fucking 30. You can just Cyber Dragon out a 3100 beater with Village and the 2 pendulums.
Because guess what? If you control no monsters or only Amazoness monsters, that's right. She's a Trickstar Korobane. You can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is normal or special, set an Amazoness spell trap or polymerization directly from your deck. but you can only attack with Amazoness monsters for the rest of this turn. So if you do it on turn 1, doesn't fucking matter.
Oh,
you can only use
just
each
play
effect
3
once
of
per
her.
turn.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
She's the
you
3
absolutely
of-
just play 3 War Chief because she searches the fusion spell as well because it's a quick play. She searches any of your traps or continuous spells that you need. Also, she just is the field spell. Like, War Chief is just everything, and she sets from deck, which means you cannot Ash Blossom her. Fuck you.
Yay.
Get wrecked, nerd. So yeah, no, this is the legacy support we want from Konami. This card is a card that does everything. Kickstarts you by summoning a big guy. Automatically you can, set a spell trap. And it's not enough to make Amazoness like meta, but it's good. This is a good card.
Yeah, and it's funny that this card immediately power creeps Spiritualist because one, it can get you either the Amazoness fusion or just Poly. And and because you're level 5, it allows you to actually play the star fusion package.
Yeah. And obviously,
without having to worry about weird finicky nonsense. You would probably, and if we go over some of the spell, are we going over the spell?
Yeah, we'll
traps
talk
now,
about
I
some
assume?
spell traps. Yeah. After we're done with the last couple, because they got 2 new fusions.
Oh right, did we talk about Spy?
Oh, did I miss Spy? We might have
Did we
missed Spy.
skip Spy? I think.
Yeah, I think I might have missed her. Because Spy's actually a good card. Let me grab her. I realize now that I've said that yeah, I may have
Yeah,
misplaced her.
someone else in chat. Yeah, we missed one, but it's no biggie. We can.
Yeah,
we
I'll
can go
grab her
back
right
around.
now. And Spy was in Circuit Break as well, so that's the same era as Pet Liger. Here's Spy. There's not a lot to say about her card art. I think it's good for a Spy,
she's a ninja.
Yeah, for stealing the Gravekeeper vibes, but it's good. She looks like a spy. She's got subtle hair colors, her face is covered. She's wearing a ninja headband.
It looks like a conversion of an Arc 5 still art, I guess.
And it probably is because this was played in the Arc 5 anime.
Yeah, probably. I would definitely assume so.
Oh, also, technically this card is the censored art. You can see a little bit. She's wearing a translucent top over her.
Yep. She was in the Arc 5 anime.
And I personally I don't think the censorship matters too much because you barely could tell that this is the top of a boob anyway. But also it doesn't
is it the
look...
same thing with we had to cover up the midriff between.
Yeah, no. Her because she's wearing a tube top, so they were somebody at Konami was technically this zone right here is boob. That's the tit right there.
They extended the cape and added an extra. Yeah. So what's happening is this shoulder pad actually is attached to the cloak in the OCG, but we changed it to where it just sits on her shoulder.
Yeah, let me grab I can. It's tiny, but I can grab the OCG art. Yeah, for comparison. So okay, no, it's a little more uncovered than I thought, but it's still not a big deal because it either way it's not a big deal. They pulled the cloak down a little and covered her up. So
we could have easily just thrown the bodysuit over it and it would have been fine.
Yeah. But no, the art is not really hurt by the censorship, and I admit it's also not that weird because it is basically looking at the full top half of her boob from above. You're almost looking down her shirt.
I do appreciate just the little tiny fucking skull hole.
Yeah, the skulls are great.
Pad.
So Spy is another one of their really good cards from the 2017 era. She's a level 3 Earth Warrior, 800 attack, 1200 defense, so not great stats. But doesn't matter because, one, you can reveal one other Amazoness monster in your hand, special summon her. You can only use this effect to Spy once per turn. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, target another Amazoness in your monster in your graveyard except Spy, return it to your hand, or shuffle it into your deck.
I love when effects.
So it is a when effect, so you got to be careful about that. But still, she's at the very minimum, she's a free extender if you've got Amazons in your hand, which guess what? You have Amazons in your hand. And if she happens to be destroyed by battle.
Having just having the flexibility to add or shuffle is just nice.
Yeah. She just lets you reload. For instance, if you want to get a queen back, you'd probably shuffle her into your deck because you have a lot of summon from deck options rather than put her in your hand. Or you can just be give me my princess back, give me my tiger back, whatever you need. So yeah, Spy's just a good card all around. Another great extender to give you bodies to summon. and let you do some Link plays. Like, they don't have any actual Amazon Link monsters, and I don't think they need them necessarily, but it lets you play the generic Earth Links. You know, like, you could play, when this came out in Circuit Break, you would probably be playing Mrs. Radiant. Obviously, now you would just play, you know, Link Ausa. Shit like that.
It would not surprise me at some point if we get, like, an Amazoness Link 2 or something. And
Yeah, I could see
like,
it, but also they really don't need it. I mean, and they
yeah,
have so much swarming.
They don't need it.
They have so much swarming in this deck, you would probably play, like, the classic, like, IP, AUSA, and then an access code, because you can easily get 4 assholes on board.
Oh my
Unfriendly
God.
Amazon is not part of the archetype because that is an Amazon and not an
Yes.
Amazoness.
She is actually not an Amazonessu. Yeah, her name is different. So it's very funny. But yeah, so let me go back
It's
to
amusing because she is an Earth Warrior monster, so, like, by all rights, she should be a part of the archetype, but they just decided not to.
her name doesn't check it, and nobody in Konami cares enough.
Oh my god. This card has never been reprinted. Let me just read her effect real quick while you pull up the other shit.
Go for it. Yeah, I gotta grab Augusta back now.
Offer one of your monsters as field or tribute, excluding this monster, during each of your standby phases. If you cannot, this card is destroyed. Monsters used for tribute summon or that are offered as a tribute due to the card's other cards' effects are excluded.
Oh, I love PCST. You have to tribute a monster every standby phase or she destroys herself. But this is Yu-Gi-Oh, so they had to tell you, hey, you specifically have to tribute a monster for this effect, and it can't be for another thing. Is dumb.
When did Unfriendly Amazon come out? Let me check.
It's early.
Ooh, Labyrinth of Nightmare, 2004.
Same
or
as
2003
Amazoness
actually.
So this is Amazoness Augusta. This is technically a translation change. She is Amazoness Kaiserin, so the feminine version of Kaiser in the OCG, because Japan still hasn't gotten over their obsession with German terms and thinking they're cool. For instance, Girls und Panzer. Whereas in the Americas, we have mixed feelings on whether or not the Germans are cool. Kaiserin doesn't make any fucking sense for an archetype about Amazons, so they just went for the other joke and called her Amazoness Augusta, you know, August, like almost like a Roman emperor or empress. So it works. I think that's a good localization. And yes, this is Empress.
It's
who is princess.
Empress, but more,
Yes.
and I'm not sure if I like it. I'll be honest.
This is getting close to the zone of being a little too busy. I like the changes to her costume, the like full-blown, tiger print skirt. She's got some different tattoo markings. She's still very inswollenated.
Her face is just too flat for me.
What's happening for me is the 17 spikes on her head.
Yes.
Yeah.
Her
I'm okay
hat
with
skull got bigger and dumber.
I mean, like, I
She's
do
also
like the
got, like,
aesthetic
the
of her
fucking-
hat skull, like being broken in half.
Yeah.
But then it has the bull horns. It has like the horns. It,
has
has
a
one
one-tooth.
tooth falling down.
She's got
Her
a skull
shoulder
on
pads
each
have 3
shoulder.
horns
Yeah.
and stuff.
Her hair has become horns.
Her
And
cape
also-
has horns.
Yeah, her cape has
Her
horns and
sword
also
has
has
a
the
horn.
fucking like Japanese
Deity ring.
Bodhisattva type halo thing, and I'm like, okay, it's cool. We probably should have cut one of these aspects. Like, we should have not given her the shoulder horns and then also the back ring, or we should have given her the shoulder horns and not the back ring. You notice how to keep her fucking cape up, she's got to tie extra bits on. So I'm like, it's a little much. The sword is also even stupider, but it's fine. It's an anime sword.
Yeah,
Like, basically,
her sword now
from-
has a horn too.
From her shoulders up, just looks very over-designed for no reason.
Which
Yeah,
is a
like-
shame
like,
because the rest of her
every-
costume is perfectly fine.
But everything below the shoulder pads is a good upgraded design. Everything above it is like, okay, remove remove 2 of these 4 bits happening up here.
All of her clothing went from her body to her fucking head.
But yeah, so and this is the card that made everybody go, "Oh, this is just Lunalight now." So Augusta is a level 10 Earth Warrior fusion. She's 3200 attack, 2800 defense. So if she gains 100 for every level, this means that she's a 4200 with 1 pen scale, and as Vesper mentioned earlier, 52 with 2 scales, which is stupid.
And potentially 54 with 2 scales in village, which is
dummy
like which
thick
could already
damage.
beat over a 5-god dragon. Like
she can already beat the 5 head.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
She will.
So
she
that's
she
pretty
will not
baller.
step on you. She will just squash you.
Yeah, she's gonna crush your head in her thighs. But also her materials are you need an Amazoness fusion monster and then another Amazoness monster. So this is at minimum you need to either cheat out or have already fusion summoned once. But first of all, your opponent can't target other Amazoness cards you control with card effects, and also those cards can't be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. So she doesn't have battle protection, but again, this card was printed in 2028 too. So
if you have any combination, if you have Augusta and Queen, you're invulnerable basically. Like
no,
you
it works out, and also we're just at such a stage where like you are the battle phase focused deck. You're playing so that your opponent doesn't go to battle phase anyway.
You have summoned ideally a 5200 asshole.
Yeah.
With Queen on the board, who is also going to be what 3800 or something like that.
Yeah, because let me read her other effects. 1, if she was fusion summoned with Amazoness, Empress, or Queen as material, which likely Empress because that'll probably be your 1 fusion mat. She can make a second attack during the battle phase. If this card is fusion summoned, special summon Amazoness monster from your deck. You're gonna use this effect of Augusta once per turn.
Which will be Queen.
Yeah, it'll be Queen. So you get to fetch Queen, and if Augusta was made with Queen or Empress as material, and again, likely Empress because that's going to be your fusion monster material, she gets to double attack. That's it. That's the game, everybody. You have a 5200 beater, ideally, or 54. I guess if we're being super ideal, you've got your field spell set up. You've got a 5400 beater, which means, Queen is a level 6, so she's, in the 3K. You can double attack. Your monsters are all untargetable, indestructible, and you're just like, hey, opponent, fuck you. You're dead. If you let me get to the battle phase with this monster made and all my plays, you're dead. It's over. I've killed you. Which is basically exactly how Luna Lights work, is you summon a really big guy, and it's like, did you let me get to the battle phase? Fuck you, you're dead. Yeah. And no, she just gets 2 attacks. It's not even against monsters. So yeah, it's you get to swing for game.
Yeah, like the main difference between this and Lunalight is that the way Lunalight does OTKs is they attack you 50 times. Augusta will just slice you in half and do it again.
Yeah, Augusta just kicks down whatever feeble monster your opponent has spent all their time making because I bet you it won't be 5k, and then just slaps them in the face. And we did get one more fusion monster, though. Now we have Amazoness Pet Liger King, who, by the way, is the first of the monsters that was translated to have pet in his name for some reason.
Now, as opposed to Augusta, there was not a lot on Pet Liger. No, Pet Liger.
Oh yeah, just Pet Liger. Okay, but still, it's weird because Pet Tiger and Baby Pet Tiger are just Tiger and Baby Tiger in the TCG. They got a little weird with it.
I do like this glow up though. This looks nice because there was not a lot happening to begin with on Pet Liger.
His mane's bigger. He's got extra horns. I mean,
he looks fluffier.
He looks like this guy looks like he is a monster hunter enemy now.
Weirdly enough, with the shoulder pads, I'm like, oh yes, it's a weird Crystal Beast adjacent monster.
I mean, he does have kind of crystally horns, yeah, but like, no, this is suddenly like this guy is definitely like a weird raid boss.
Yeah, he's gone from a Colosseum like enemy to this is the hunt target. We are going after the great.
Weird pool, but I've got it. The first version is what you fight in the arena. This is the one you encounter in the wild where they say, hey, that boss, that's now a normal enemy.
Yeah. So Pet Liger King is a level 9 Earth Beast fusion. He's got 2900 attack, 2800 defense. His fusion materials are 1 level 5 or higher Amazoness monster. So hey, Warchief goes really easily into this guy, plus an Amazoness monster. Your opponent monsters cannot attack any monsters except this one. So even if you have generic monsters out, can't attack them. Target an Amazoness card you control and one Amazoness warrior monster in your graveyard. Destroy that card on the field. If you do, special summon that monster from the graveyard. This card can't attack the turn you activate it. You can only use Pet Liger King once per turn. So yeah, this is another card that's very easy to set up into going into Augusta. And
now, I believe this does not trigger Village because Village is also a win, unfortunately.
Yes. No, but there are other cards it will trigger when they're destroyed.
Yeah.
That float. Yeah, it's just, and in general also, you just have cards like Spy and like Spiritualist that are free specials, right? That are little weenies. This just lets you, after you've already made your plays, like if your opponent like destroyed a monster you really needed, that means that you can be like, okay, cool, I summon Spy, I'm going to blow up Spy and bring back, you know, Queen or Empress or whatever. And that means you're locked out of attacking, but again, you can also really easily turn this into the fusion monster mat for Augusta, so, like... I've played Amazons a little in Master Duel. Not every single fusion, because you don't usually bother with regular Pet Liger, but you can absolutely get a good enough hand and just recycle spells to go get Augusta, Pet Liger, and probably an Empress on board as well. You're not going to have any of the cards on board, but remember, this is a swarm deck. You are just throwing out muscle women onto the board.
Well, and the major thing is that Pet Liger King can still recover like Augusta or Empress from the grave.
Yes, so long as they were properly summoned, which means that if you go into him after you've made Augusta, it's very easy to do because make Empress, fuse her away into Augusta, make Liger King, and then just be like, and then I bring my Empress back. That means all my monsters do piercing. Get fucked, nerd. Which is probably ideal, once again, because of the way Augusta works. Having Empress on board is also good because now you're like, and now I pierce. I attack twice and I pierce. You're dead. Literally, you're dead.
Swing hard, swing big.
Yeah, no. And again, like, that is usually going to be, unfortunately, demoted to basically a rogue strategy, but you can absolutely just play Yu-Gi-Oh! A game as you fucking blind second and are just like, no, I'll get you. I'll get you in the battle phase. I'm playing Lightning Storm and Dark Ruler. I'll get you. And depending on the matchup, it works.
It's funny, like these cards feel almost designed for Master Duel.
Yeah, no, I mean
they're designed for like a best of one duel.
I believe in the OCG they were released before Master Duel, but obviously most of them have come out since then. Also, is there sighting in Duel Links?
Duel Links is also best of one, but there is no way these cards are in Duel Links.
Well, no, they would not make it to Duel Links, but it's the kind of thing where, like, that's where Amazons are popular, right? It feels like they're alluding to some of that, even though those cards are... I mean, with the attack modulation for Augusta and your lower life points in Duel Links, that's just not fair. Then your opponent really is just dead. There's no possible way they're coming back from that shit.
Sorry, I'm scrolling through Twitter and I saw someone made fucking Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon as a Pokemon.
Oh yeah, no, there's a fan artist on Twitter who's like redrawing famous Yu-Gi-Oh bosses in the style of like old school Pokemon art. I've seen a couple of them. I don't think I've seen the Crystal Beast one. Yeah, no, I haven't seen this one, but it looks nice.
Now, if we're discussing the spell and traps, I know you said you wanted to skip Spellcaster, but considering what Secret Art is on Secret Arts, we might want to bring up the
we can pull up
the
Spellcaster.
trio of, I guess, Amazoness Shaman thing. Like she's not a real card, but she's definitely like supposed to be the closest thing to like Amazoness Shaman, I guess, is like the idea.
All right, we can grab that when we get down to the fusion spell, because I've just got these listed alphabetically, and I mean, there's one thing that very briefly became a meme, and also somebody's sub or tip sound, because listen, I've turned a corner on Gage. He's all right. I think he's a little more entertaining when he's not just freeballing it and he's like taking deck building advice from chat and stuff. But part of what makes Gage funny is that he will absolutely just say shit. Like when he's streaming, he'll get into it with chat. And so he said the famous words, "What do you think the Amazoness call sounds like?" And I'm just like, Gage, why would you say that? Why would you say those things? And Shout out to
Now,
MBT. He will just if you say something and he's watching, he's got you.
I will say for a modernized design of Archer, this is very nice. Like this,
Yeah, no.
This is just we redrew Archer in modern Yu-Gi-Oh style, and she still looks good.
Yeah, and it works. You know, she's got her weird puff jacket. She's got her skirt. You know, she is barefoot. Unfortunately, if you are a weird feet
Yeah,
guy,
like,
this you're gonna play this
like,
archetype.
She definitely stands out when you look at the modern Amazonas cards, but not to an extent where like this is like you wouldn't look at this and see that's not an Amazonas card. Like,
No.
like that's not what you would see.
You would be like, oh, this is Archer. Yeah, she's old. Yeah, that's an old card. But no, it's still good. So Call is also one of their cards that is again fucking stupid good. This was actually in Legendary Duelist, so this is when they're like, arguably, I would say Legendary Duelist is when they're most pushed, just because there's shit that came out in Duelist of the Pyrex, right? That all got tucked into Dabble. The TCG and the OCG knows those are going to make a dent against Bestial, Sprite, Tier, Cash, right? Like, they know you're not going to play this as a meta deck, but they gave you some good shit. So Call is a quick play spell card that says, take an Amazoness card from your deck, so any card, except Call, add it to your hand or put it in your graveyard. So this is just any Amazoness card can be searched or foolished. During your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard, target one Amazoness monster you control. That turn, that monster can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each, and all the monsters you control can't attack. You can only activate one Call per turn.
Yo, is that my 5K Augusta becomes like just a Lunalight monster actually now?
Yeah, or when this came out, keep in mind, this was 2017 when Empress, who gives all your Amazonesses piercing. So yeah, no, that's just, oh, you have a lot of monsters on board? You think your life points are safe, little man? No, you're dead. Like, that's, again, this is why Amazoness is rogue viable at all. They have so many cards that just say, you let me get to the battle phase, you're dead. It's done. You're fucked.
It's like it's interesting how Warrocks are definitely a better overall tuned battle phase deck. Amazonas just has so many random little tools that they it's on my mind, so I'm gonna mention it once more. It's like when you're playing someone who's played like when you're playing Tekken, you're playing somebody who's played the same character since Tekken 3. They just whip out a move you haven't seen in 20 years. You're like, what the fuck just happened to me? Like, what is that? That's not a real move.
At least the game will. At least we get a replay in 8. Like, the game will at least tell you how to not die to that.
That's not in that.
But it's still
more just like it's.
Yeah, no,
they have so many random bits and bobs.
I mean, and Tekken is the most recent example of that. But there are a lot of fighting games that are like that. That are like, hey, if you remember most of your Street Fighter inputs from like Street Fighter 2, you can probably still do some of those moves in Street Fighter 6, right? And
probably combo a bit more.
Amazoness is definitely one of those archetypes that, like, if you have lived and breathed this archetype for like literally 20 years, this deck has been in print for 20 years. You have so many little tricks that are just like your opponent's dead. You can still do funny, dumb shit with Sword Fighter and just be like if your opponent summoned a giant guy. Like, somehow, for instance, let's say you live through, like, the access code kill, right? They forgot to do it right, and they don't get you.
For example, if your opponent like is playing like Defense OTK or something stupid, Amazon's called my Sword Master. Hey, buddy, you're dead.
Or, like I said, just like your opponent did the access code combo wrong and they just didn't kill you, and they're like, hey, that's a nice like 5400 access code you have. And I've already scraped off some of your life points. I'm gonna slap you for a lot of damage now. Bye. Get crunk. And no, Call is like a mandatory 3 of. It's a good card to have a hopped, because like
it's just having an archetype tutor or foolish is such absurd flexibility.
And it's not even monsters, right? It's not even take any Amazoness monster. Literally any Amazoness card. I don't think a lot of their cards have graveyard effects, but a few of their spells and traps do as well. So it's like, anything. Do it. You've got it. Like,
anything? Yes, anything.
It's a crazy gas up. And like, again, mandatory 3 of. And you can, you can't activate it that turn because it's a quick play and they're weird, but like, you can search that card or set it with War Chief. You can search it with Queen. Bullshit. Crazy bullshit. Alphabetically, my next card is Hall. This is Amazon S Audience Hall. This is a continuous trap card. Hey, it's Queen. She's hanging out with some of the chicks from Village. I do want to say this like redraw of the ponytail girl from Village looking good. Like got some cleaner lines and shading.
I'm not sure who the kneeling Amazon is supposed to be. Just a generic Amazonas card.
Yeah, I think she's one of the Amazoness archers. Because they have a trap that's called Amazoness Archers plural. I don't actually have that in my list because the card art's kind of boring, but it's a funny card, so I might grab it.
In the same vein of the shaman that I mentioned, there's just a weird handful of Amazoness cards that are like definitely part of the archetype, but just do not have a monster card.
This chick, she's front and center in Archers. Let me pull it up. Also, by the way, look at this fucking art on Archers.
Yeah, this does not feel like it belongs in the archetype, even though it is most definitely like Amazoness. Like it's Amazoness, the Amazoness aesthetic.
Yeah, these are.
But the art style.
Look at these muscle women. These chicks are like crazy. Look at these thigh muscles. But yeah, no, with the pink top and the hairstyle, this is definitely the same chick as from the center of Archers. What Archers does, Archers is a very funny normal trap. It says, when an opponent's monster declares an attack while you control an Amazoness monster, change all monsters your opponent controls to face-up attack position. Flip effects are not activated. They all lose 500 attack, and they must attack this turn if able. So it's final attack orders.
It's Battle Mania.
Yeah, it's Battle Mania final attack orders. But also they all lose 500 attack. So, like, yeah, no. You probably don't play it now because you're just not betting on your opponent attacking, but back in the day, you could absolutely saw some people with Archers. It's very funny. So, Hall is a continuous trap card that says, when this card is activated, take a Amazoness monster from your graveyard or face-up extra deck, add it to your hand if it's a pendulum, or if it's a pendulum monster, put in your pendulum zones. So just straight up Hall just lets you recover your penned monsters, or any monster in your graveyard in your hand. If a monster is special summoned to your opponent's field while you control an Amazoness monster card except during the damage step, target one of those opponent's monsters, gain LP equal to its attack. So,
this is one of those cards that is like, it doesn't even really do that much in the archetype, but you probably still play it because it's just a nice utility to have.
Yeah, it keeps you alive. Again, talking about like how Amazons can just, if they get to the battle phase, they crack back. This is a very easy way to dodge the OTK with, like, access code, right? Like, your opponent summons it, and you've still got a guy on board, and you're just like, Hall, give me your life points. You know, your attack points is the LP. Like, it preemptively fades one attack from one big asshole monster. Assuming it can be targeted, of course, but still. Like,
I believe the way it works, I don't think it would trigger before access code's attack modulation.
Yes, I believe it would. You would not get the modulated attack of access code, so it's not perfect, but that also depends on how many monsters your opponent made, with access code.
Regardless of shenanigans, it gives you extra life points to survive that one extra attack they might try to throw on you.
Like, depending on your opponent's deck, you might have some specific cases where you proc it early, but you're probably gaining 2 or 3k off this. And that can mean you live one more turn, which, again, can be all you need, especially because when it's activated, it lets you, like, recycle, back.
Yeah.
So Hall is just another card that, like, again, doesn't directly improve your game plan as Amazon. It just keeps you alive a little bit longer so you can just get him with the battle face shim-sham.
Well, and also, like, the big thing with a lot of these trap and spell cards we'll see that are, like, don't do a lot, but are still decent. Like we mentioned just a second ago, Call just sets them from deck. So I can play one of all these random little like continuous trap cards. Like they have 4 of them, I think, right?
Yeah, and we're gonna look at another one right now. It's the Amazoness Hot Spring.
Yeah, like they have a lot of like they got a lot of random one-offs.
I really want to see like that one's the Liger, and then it's.
Yeah, that's Pet Liger. I think that the long dark hair could be Archer. I don't think these other 2 girls have an equivalent card yet. Let me check the trivia. Yeah, no, it's just they're some of the unnamed Amazoness Archers we saw, kind of. Some of them have some hairstyles like that. The blonde one could work. Yeah, but these are the generic Amazoness archers. They could still get their own separate cards because they're just a trap card, right? And yes, chat, this is the uncensored hot spring, if only because, yes, I know you want to protect the children, but like you don't get in a hot spring wearing a one-piece bathing suit. Also, these women live in the jungle. Where did this one get the one piece? Where did she
The Oh,
get a
One Piece
fucking
is real.
school swimming suit? It's not real. I've,
It's like
I've
the rest
removed
of
it from
the-
this image.
Actually, with that headdress on her, like, and seeing these like chilling out like this looks like it could be a Monster Hunter game.
I mean, I totally respect those vibes. But yeah, so Hot Spring is another one of their continuous trap cards we talk about that you can just search or set from deck. When this card is activated...
It's basically Hall again.
Yeah, when this card is
Also-
activated, take a... Actually, no, it's like if Call and Hall were fused. It says, take an Amazoness monster from your deck, either add it to your hand, or if it's Pen Monster, put in your pen zone. So
Call
just
of the Hall.
fucking pen scale from deck. Admittedly, it's a continuous trap, but still, like, pen scale from deck. When you take battle damage while you control an Amazoness monster, gain LP equal to the damage you took. You can only use this effect once per turn. So again, it just
So
fades
when-
one attack.
My favorite
and
thing
this
about
deck-
this card is not even the sexy ladies, it's how comfy Tiger is looking right now. Look at him.
Yes, he's a happy little baby.
And like in this deck, pen scaling on your opponent's turn can actually do things because it's attack modulation, which is really funny.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely. Also, yes, I agree, Killian. I would love to see. They should also just do a funny Harpy Amazoness crossover because those were also both my decks, as in my Valentine. But also, yes, they're both based on the Greek, so like from Greek mythology. So I could totally see the Harpy's hunting ground being a mountain next to the Amazoness jungle. You know, their village and their hot spring. The two archetypes don't super blend because modern Harpies are all about like control. Basically, they have a lot of effects that they do still swarm, but they have a lot of effects that are about bouncing,
Yeah,
controlling, and stuff like that.
Sorry.
Modern
Sorry.
Harpies are synchro control, and Amazoness are fusion aggro. They are two very different strategies.
But I'd love to see
Talking about,
something like. Go ahead.
This crossover between Harpies and Amazoness. I'm just like, okay, so clearly we need, similar to Harpy's Hunting Ground, a card where the Amazoness are just beating the fuck out of the Ojamas.
I mean, that would be funny.
Something that would actually be really fucking funny is find a way to make Miracle Synchro Fusion work for a Harpy Lady Amazoness combo deck.
Oh
Which is
yeah,
really
no.
fucking funny.
Make like a
Amazon Harpy Shaman.
no, just make
Fusion, but for
Amazon S
Harpy
Harpy Lady as a fusion between one Amazon and one Harpy monster. And you could absolutely make that work, because the way Cyber Slash works is she's an 8 that just says you can use a Harpy Lady as a tuner, right? She's
Yeah.
not otherwise material locked.
Yes.
Yeah, so technically, with all the level 4 Amazons, you could play them together. So you could absolutely do some funny Miracle Synchro Fusion shit there.
Yeah, like like that. That is my crack. That's my crack ship of how to make this deck cooperate. Just find a way to make Miracle Synchro Fusion work for a crossover.
And it
that's all
would,
you
I mean,
need.
and I think, again, that would slap, because, like, Amazons don't actually have a super tight extra, because you do have a lot of fusion monsters, but ideally you probably only need to run them at one copy, and then you've got a lot of wiggle room that's not mandatory, right?
Yeah, like you're probably playing to Empress because Empress is really good.
Yeah.
But aside from that, like you can just
And
like,
also,
that's
you
like
may want to
5
be
6
able
slot.
to make a second Empress after you've already used one as mats for Augusta, just because Augusta does require a fusion monster as material. But, like,
I have some serious brain rot. You're saying Augusta, my brain is going, ah yes, Amazoness Augusta Skill Loop.
wow.
The great big greedy nincompoop.
Look, I said serious brain rot.
I know, but still, that's quite a brain rot. All right, let me see if I can grab this bigger.
I think I feel whenever someone's like, oh, look at this Roman with August in their name, and I'm just like, yep. Just picturing Roman fucking Olympus.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to. No, I'll just grab the actual censored art, but bigger, and I'll just explain to you what's wrong, because it's a pain in the ass to get another one of their continuous trap cards. So hey, remember the Amazoness scouts? Behold, the Amazoness onslaught. It's them, and this is their censored art because they're wearing the body stockings. It's
Oh my god!
very silly.
Sorry. Yeah, that bodysuit looks fucking awful.
Yeah.
Is she a monkey?
I don't know what we're going for here. I don't know why they made the bodysuit so. I guess they're trying to make it make sense for modesty, but like, it's too big. It's too much bodysuit. It looks like she's got a weird, like a weird form of like Vertilago where she's got different skin tones.
Yeah, the major thing, with the blue hair girl, who, as we see from this angle, they're just like attached to her head. It looks like.
Yeah.
For one. Two, for the blue haired girl, the gray bodysuit doesn't really draw that much attention. Like it kind of fits.
Yeah.
For the sword lady, yellow and like burgundy or like something.
Kind of like a burnt orange.
Yeah, two very clashing colors.
Yeah, it just doesn't look good, and it immediately jumps out at you. Also, they're fighting some kind of wild-ass dog. He's angry. But yeah, this is the Amazoness Onslaught. It's yet another continuous trap they have. I think this is their only problem, is that now that they have pendulum monsters, you literally don't have enough zones for all this shit.
Yeah.
But, Onslaught says, once per turn, during the battle phase, special summon an Amazoness monster from your hand. If you do, it gains 500 attack until the end of the turn, even if this card leaves the field. After damage calc, if your Amazoness monster battled an opponent's monster while this card was already face up in your spell trap zone, banish that monster. If this card in the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, target an Amazoness monster in your graveyard, special summon it. So Onslaught was another one of their legendary duelist cards, and just like Call, fucking does everything. During the battle phase, you get a free Amazoness special, and it gains 500 attack. Also, that's any Amazoness monster, by the way, gets free specials. And it's just during either battle phase, so it's your opponent's battle phase as well. After damage calc, it turns into a banish effect, a kind of like DD Warrior Lady type shit. And that's not a once per turn, you know. Also, by the way, Amazoness Onslaught summon effect is a soft once per turn. And then also, if your opponent gets rid of it because they don't want to be banished, you immediately get to float from your graveyard.
Yeah. The biggest problem with Amazoness is that you actually just have too many good back row cards.
Yeah.
To mix with your pendulum monsters.
You don't.
Like,
you
it's
just
an actual
don't have
problem at
enough
this point.
fucking zones. Because you can
Also,
all of them you can use.
Filthy Casual has a good point. Why is the archer jumping in?
Look, it's for the card art, because if she wasn't in melee combat, we couldn't fucking see her with the background art.
True.
It's just for the card art and like the action shot. Don't worry about it.
Okay. So, and now we're gonna enter the trilogy of the Amazoness. Well, she was called Spellcaster in the first card, but in the OCG, it's Curse Master. So she's ready to curse him up. So, the first one look like this. This is Spellcaster. Got some fucking sword and shield ass looking
this
stuff.
one.
Yeah, so
that does...
like I mentioned earlier, we have a couple of Amazoness cards like that are definitely part of the archetype and like are people in the archetype.
Yes.
They get sort of a monster card. Like they are locked behind spell and traps for whatever reason.
And then the final note in this saga
Did they keep her as an old woman?
Secret Arts. Yes, no. She is the one who trained Spiritualist. I'll just rotate my image so you guys can see all of it.
I was worried they were gonna make her a lollybaba or something.
No. So you've got Curse Master, then the trap card Shamanism, which is just called Amazoness Reincarnation Technique in the OCG. I don't know if that's implying that that's why you have some different Amazons at like different age ranges. Curse Master is just fucking bringing those chicks back from the dead. I do.
She's the only living Amazoness left. She's just been reviving the others. Like, fuck this.
I do like the aesthetic of her little weird symbols. They're not necessarily consistent. I mean, they do have the sun and the moon symbol, but it's different literally each time. It's drawn slightly different. But I like them. I like this kind of thing. This is like the fucking orbs when you do a summon in Final Fantasy VII. But yeah, no, this is their aesthetic.
She's getting the runes for fucking eternal darkness. She's gonna.
No, she's playing Dungeon Dice Monsters, guys. Get it? Come on, figure it out.
Clearly she's
matching her
playing
summon crests.
the new Final Fantasy 14 class Curse Master, and it's a magic DPS, but it's like Ninja. You have to keep matching symbols.
Oh no!
She's got to do her rotation. But yeah, so this is her across 3 different spell cards. The first card's Spellcaster, aka Curse Master. Oh, and actually, you're seeing the uncensored Curse Master with the 5-pointed star. They redrew it to be a weird thing later. That at least I understand. You know, back in the upper deck, the early days, we were trying to avoid the fucking witchcraft accusations. So removing a 5-pointed star, fine. But that first card, which is part of their original wave of stuff in Magician's Force, is target an Amazoness monster you control, target a monster opponent controls, swap their attacks. It's like Sword and Shield, but targeted.
Yeah, it's I would say a bad Sword and Shield.
Yes, because it only targets an Amazoness and targets an opponent's monster. But again, for the way their strategy worked in Magician's Force, it's okay. It's funny, but you have much better cards. Shamanism also, that's from the 2010 zone, the Duelist Revolution. Shamanism also sucks. Destroy all Amazoness monsters you control, especially some level 4 or lower Amazoness monsters from your graveyard and face-up defense position with the number of monsters destroyed by this effect.
Yeah, this one's a bad big wave, small wave.
Yeah, it's bad because it doesn't even let you reincarnate into a queen. Like, the only way this works is if like your opponent, like in modern terms, did something to like blank your whole board with like Dark Ruler, right? And you really need those effects for some reason. But it's not good. I mean, you can just resummon the same guys you destroy because it doesn't say other monsters.
It's no wonder she's training an apprentice. She fucking sucks.
Yeah,
she's not a good spellcaster apparently.
No. But Secret Arts is actually good. This is the fusion spell, so it's a quick play spell card that says, fusion summon 1 Amazoness fusion monster from your extra deck using monster from your hand or field of material. Hey, this is a quick play fusion spell that doesn't say during the main phase. You can flip this in the battle phase.
They realize because Amazoness is so battle phase heavy, they're like, all right, we can give them this one.
Yeah,
like,
you can absolutely use this to just float into one of the big ladies to win. Using the extra hand field as material during your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Once, if you fusion summon an Amazoness fusion monster during this turn, you can also send 1 Amazoness monster from your extra deck as material. You can only use Secret Arts once per turn, only once that turn. So that's the hopped. The double hopped is a little weird, but I think the idea is that you are supposed to run Secret Arts and Poly, so that you can bin a Secret Arts or use a Secret Arts to like fusion summon somebody else and then play a Poly and just fucking like yeet an Empress or a Tiger or whatever from your extra deck to summon Augusta. It's a little awkward. It's still pretty good. If nothing else, it's a fucking quick play fusion spell you can set from deck and just be battle phase, big asshole, you're dead, once again. Showing you how Amazons work. We're just like, oh, is it the battle phase? You're dead. You're dead. You're done.
Yeah.
Oh my
like
god.
The worst thing you can do against Amazons is let them get a battle phase.
Yes, if they get to the battle phase and you don't know all of their cards, you're going to perish.
In some formats, that's really hard to prevent.
Yeah, it depends on the style. And then this one I threw in because I think it's actually a pretty interesting callback artwork. This is Amazoness Willpower, which shows Paladin, who's kind of been absent, she hasn't gotten like a retrain or anything, but this is the 2010 era, and she's like not giving up. Also, I think she got way more muscly.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's way buffer too.
Yeah,
honestly,
she has not been skipping leg day.
I'm amazed they've not made Amazon Crusader or Amazoness Crusader.
Yeah, I don't know what they would call it because she's just Holy Warrior in the OCG. But anyway, this is another continuous spell card or trap card. This is their first one. Activate this by targeting an Amazoness in your graveyard, special summon in attack position. But it can't change its position and must attack if able. When this card leaves the field, destroy this card. When that monster is destroyed, destroy this card. So willpower is
The
just
best thing
an
to do with this
in-archetype
card,
call.
Yeah, like the best thing to do with this card before like all the new waves was what sword is it swordswoman that
Yeah,
is
swordswoman
the
is the
funny one?
reverse damage. Yeah.
Yeah, like summon swordswoman and just keep hitting face as much as you can.
Yeah, no, and like, now like you probably could still fit a one of because it is an Amazoness card, so you can very easily search and set it, and just use it to recover one of your big assholes. Your opponent like, blows up your big fusion monster somehow, and you're like, okay, cool. But she came back. Like, not a perfect card, but definitely you've got enough search power that you could absolutely play a one of as needed. That said, you might also just play Call of the Haunted, right? Because you can. I'm pretty sure in 2010 you couldn't. Call has been banned several times. All right. Stream okay? Yeah, it was buffering a little bit. All right. So this card art is Queen's Pawn. Also known as Queen's Selection. I think Queen's Pawn is funnier. So this is an Amazoness trap that's not an Amazoness trap. This is why you don't see this anymore. That said, for 2010, this was a good card. Queen's Pawn says when an Amazoness monster you control destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, especially on a level 4 or lower Amazoness from your deck. Just get a free summon from deck. More attacks.
This feels like this is a reference to the attack goblin run, right?
What?
What?
It's the card art's a reference to the attack goblin card, right?
Attack goblin?
Yeah, there's an art where it's a man forcing a goblin to do like attack. I can't remember the exact name of it, but it's like.
No, I think this card art's just it's Queen sending.
I think this card art is just Queen
trainee.
ordering. Yeah, I don't think there's like a.
I mean, if there is a pose
involved.
reference, maybe I don't know. Let me check trivia.
Yeah, like
it says similar to Order to Smash or double-edged sword technique.
Order to Smash,
yeah, I mean, like I said, it
Becky,
kind of
let
looks
me
like that, but
smash.
it's loose. I like how this card says this is Amazoness's version of Hero Signal or Destiny Signal, but in reverse. Fucking, then it's not Hero Signal. Don't say that. Wiki.
Okay, yeah. Okay, like looking at Order to Smash, like yeah, it's definitely similar. Like
Similar
it's
pose. They may have done a reference.
Portrayal. It definitely has like the exact same like sort of vibe. It may be intentional, it may not be, but it's like, I mean, it could just be a pose they like to do.
Yeah. I think then the only spell trap card then that I haven't pulled up and I don't need to is Fighting Spirit. That's just fighter hitting a pose. That's their Skyscraper. It's a continuous
spell card that is just Skyscraper, like you said earlier.
If you attack with an Amazoness, a monster that has higher attack, your monster gains 1,000 attack. Again, not really worth it in this time period. It's funny, but you're just going to be bigger anyway.
At the very least, I do think Fighting Spirit is a way better art of fighter.
It's true.
Her proportions do look way better.
And she is going Super Saiyan.
Yeah, basically, she is.
Here, so we can do the complete vibes. Also, now that I look at it, I'm pretty sure it's funny because her facial structure is way different. I feel like War Chief is supposed to be more similar to Fighter because of like the huge up 80s hair and like the headband. It's just that, again, the face is like way different.
It just looks like fucking what was it?
I mean,
it looks like Joseph Joestar trying to pull off again.
I was about to say, everybody take your drink. And this is a JoJo pose. And I would definitely say this is very much a part 2 JoJo pose. Like she's yelling about she's about to produce from her closed fist a Hamon clacker volley.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you what your next line is.
Your next line is, "Arg, I'm dead." Oh no, I'm dead.
Ugh, I'm dead.
Minus 1,000 life points. They have one more card art that I will grab. It's not an Amazon-esque card, but it does feature some stuff. This is half counter. It's got Paladin on it, and she's clearly doing a smite. And you see some fucking other Amazons back there. I think that's Swordswoman. And then just one of the chicks
Swordswoman and
from
another
Archers.
like archer.
Yeah. But this is just a normal trap that says during
390s.
damage calc, if a monster you control is being attacked, target that monster you control, it gains attack equal to half the original attack of the attacking monster. So it's like it's a cute like semi-colute type thing. You don't need this in Amazons, trust me. But I think at least them using Amazonesses as the art inspiration works out. But yeah, that's Amazons, everybody. A deck that like got plenty of recency support. I don't actually think they really need a lot more. I mean, if they got their own link too, that wouldn't hurt because obviously Isold is banned now in the TCG. As she should be.
Like
the
she
two
should
things
be.
the two things they can sort out with it are they do a link to like some kind of generic link extender, a link 1 or link 2 that just does everything.
Yeah.
Or they decide they want to do the Raiders wing of Amazonas and Harpies because they were both played by Mai.
Yeah, which I knowing how Konami does nostalgia archetypes, we could totally see that, or we'll see something different. Like somehow we'll end up with illusion monsters that are Harpy ladies because there were video game variants nobody printed or something. Also, by the way, though, but the DMG that's an illusion monster they're printing is fucking cracked. She's like a apprentice illusion
Wait,
magician, but actually an illusion. Oh, you don't know this? Yeah. Let me see if I can grab it. So there. Have you seen Illusionist Magician? Vesper?
I don't know. Illusionist.
Yeah. So if people don't know for some reason, because they're out now, they added a new type to Yu-Gi-Oh for the 25th anniversary. It's illusion.
I know about the illusion
Yeah. No.
type.
I'm letting chat know in case they missed that one.
Yeah.
So there's an illusionist magician. What's he actually called? Is it illusionist magician or is it nightmare illusion magician? Yeah, it's nightmare magician, I think. Yeah, so there's no master duel of him, so it's out there. But here's that bozo, nightmare magician. He's dark magician, but an illusion monster, basically, because he's got the same stat line. And he says, if this battles a monster, take control of it. If another monster attacks, destroy. So he's good. But they have announced upcoming to the OCG Nightmare Apprentice. So it's DMG for Nightmare Magician.
I mean, it's always like this. I forget. Is there like one? It's like there one for like 7 roads.
I don't remember if there's a girl 7 road. Probably.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, Rush has been around long enough. But Nightmare Apprentice is a level 6 dark illusion monster. She's got Dark Magician Girl stat line. You can special summon her from your hand by discarding a card, just like a Planet Illusion Magician. You can only special summon her once this turn. If she's normal, this way, if she's normal or special, add an illusion monster from your deck to your hand except Apprentice. You can only use that once per turn. If this card battles, neither card is destroyed by battle. Nightmare Apprentice is cracked. She's a free special and searches any illusion monster.
Doing a quick brief aside, there is a 7's Road Witch, which is the closest thing to like.
Okay, yeah. So they do have the feminine counterpart. It's just like Gaga Magician and Gaga Girl.
Yeah, like apparently 7's Road is about colors. I didn't fucking realize that.
But yeah. So those cards are in, I believe, Legacy of Destruction, which is the next OCG set. Or it might be... Do we have any cards? No, we have no cards announced for Infinite Forbidden. We just know that it's called Infinite Forbidden. That's the OCG set after the one that like, just came out. Yeah, no. Legacy of Destruction just released in the OCG like 2 days ago. But yeah, there is also, I forgot, there's one more Amazoness card I forgot to mention. It's their Equip Spell Heirloom. It's just a weird thing they've got. You don't really need to see it. It says equip only to Amazoness. The first time the equip monster be destroyed by battle per turn, it's not destroyed. After damage calc, if the equip monster attacked, to destroy the attacked monster. So it's just another weird battle trick. Now, somebody in chat asked, because they did just announce in the OCG another Elemental Duelist pack. It's the Light pack.
They are treading some dangerous ground to releasing a light pack.
Yeah, this Duelists of Brilliance. So it's another. We just did Duelists of Explosion. We finally got the Fire pack, which I believe the Fire pack was pretty good. I mean, it was a lot of solid reprints, but like they added a lot of the new Volcanic stuff that's pretty good, and all the new Battleland Boxers.
Despite the controversies surrounding certain cards in the set, it's a good set. It's a really good set.
Yeah,
and it definitely is at the perfect timing where there are just like good fire monsters already out and about.
Honestly, I think the
and Fire King.
Yeah, the Fire one just made it better. As I said before, we literally didn't get Duelist of Pyroxene. They put that in other sets, and Duelist of the Abyss was cute, but kind of sucked because it was more Xyz Shark shit, some of which was pretty good, but generally wasn't that great. It was the Stealth Kragan strategy was in that. They did have some new Marincess stuff, which is good if you play Marincess, and then the rest was just Mako Tsunami Slop, Umi Slop. You know, more sea stealth shit.
The water pack was, it was not good.
No.
It wasn't good.
All it did was print more cards that make me mad in Master Duel because there's no side decking. Sea stealth sucks ass. I hate it. The you can't target and attack water monsters.
I forgot about this fucking image from Arc 5 where this is how they spelled the fusion version of Yuya, who was Yuri.
Yuri.
It's spelled Joe Ri. It's Joe R-I.
We have no news on Duelists of Brilliance, but they're gonna pick 3 anime duelists probably who use light monsters.
So hey guys, we're getting Arcana for support. Woo!
I mean, we might. I think there are still a few of those that are left. They didn't actually print yet.
No, like I believe it's Hanged Man for some reason is a Duel Links exclusive still.
So I could totally see that. Let me see. What are the others? What else did people play? I mean, listen, Sidra and Cyber Angel are both lights. You never know. We could finally get the steez on that. Get some real Cyber Angel support and not just run Drytron.
There are plenty of light. There are plenty of light decks because light is just a very popular typing or attribute typing to where like there are so many anime archetypes that they could throw in there.
And the main thing,
and plenty that people will be upset about that they didn't get supported. But that's the problem when that's just the problem when you make the pack like just making a pack that happens
anime
to be
themed,
anime themed, and you're picking a very stacked attribute.
Hey, chat, you want to know what my hope pick is? I'm gonna hope and prage that we're gonna, because we keep remembering Vrain's Trickstar. Trickstars,
Wait,
come on.
Hang on.
Trickstars are lights, baby.
It's time for Armadas Legio. It's time.
Oh, I mean, they could just release that, yeah.
It's time for Armadas Legio, chat.
Let's hope for that. That would be cool. What I think, honestly, with the way these packs have gone, they've usually included a lot of Zexal type guys. I could see Star Seraph in there. It probably will not save Star Seraph, but that seems like something that is primed for them to do in a duelist pack. Yet another rank 4 archetype. And they're always ready to serve up more Cyber Dragon shit, you know?
Yeah, like no, I'm sure we will get a Cyber Dragon's card thrown into that set just for the fuck of it.
And God fucking
there's-
help us if it's, please,
I-
not more blue
I
eyes.
will-
Prage for
I will
not more
be
blue
I will
eyes.
be impressed if there is not Sidra support.
Yeah, Sidra is one of those ones where I'm like, oh, I mean, that feels like it's been a while since we got some Sidra support. There's stuff out there for them that could totally work. I don't think it'll be Melodious because I think they just got some support. They just got like a couple of new cards. I don't think it'll be Silent or anything because those guys are getting like reprinted and getting tied into the new archetype. Oh, actually, that's true. Technically, what deck did Luna play? What did she actually play? Live long enough to play anything?
Who?
Luna, aka Ruka from 5D's Ancient Fairy Dragon Girl.
She had a spirit deck. Like she had a really funky spirit deck that was, it wasn't even like real spirits. I've pulled it up. She's got Armored White Bear, Fairy King Truesdale, Spirit of the Breeze, Dream Sprite, Sunlight Unicorn, and Karibo. Which
Yeah?
are all technically real cards, but like none of them are good.
Yeah,
of them
no, I
are-
mean,
Are good.
I could see, because you got to remember, this is the same set of packs that came out that turned the Ishizu cards into an archetype that did stuff. So, like, we could totally try and make her fairy deck, like, real. And actually have, like, a consistent strategy to make Ancient Fairy Dragon and then give Ancient Fairy Dragon its juiced up form. They've just unbanned AFD, so, like, I sadly could see it. I'm not super excited for that when they kind of like create archetypes whole cloth out of people who didn't have archetypes, you know? Because it's usually just a lot of bullshit. I'm gonna Prage for Trickstar. I'm gonna bet we'll see Sidra. I'm gonna really hope they don't give if these motherfuckers give Blue Eyes another wave of support before Red Eyes gets a real card. I will riot. I will talk for 4 hours on Fail Portrayal about how stupid it is. Jet Dragon is
Yeah,
already the
but,
dumbest ass card ever.
But like, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if like with these Shizu cards, they what? Just like they just took all the random cards that Luna played and decided to craft them into like light fairy something nonsense.
But we've been going for over 3 hours. I think it's time to get out of here. I've just received another party invite, so I think we've been slamma-jamming long enough that we're almost ready to another fishing warning. Thank you so much for tuning in,
I think it's
everybody.
before
Stay
that.
tuned for stuff. I forgot to turn my BGM back on. Hopefully you guys didn't mind. Next time will be Ogdo Addic. The Ogdos who are Addic. It's Nick. So I'll get to talk about that. So thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in. If you want to see more, actually see Final Fantasy XIV, tune into our stream tomorrow. And I guess I'll see you guys then. Good night-all, everybody.
Yippee!
Okay.